Thruway in Albany over 60 times, most of those when Lemoyne was Division II. So the Dolphins and Knights getting ready to tip it up. Our officials are Jimmy Gugas throwing the ball up, also Josh Anderson and Riley McGraw. And the Dolphins win the tap, and they will move from left to right on your, actually right to left on your screen in the home whites trimmed in green. Lemoyne in script letters across the chest. It's FDU in the road navy trimmed in burgundy and white letters and numbers. Down low, a drop-off pass to Caroma. Then the baby hook is good, and the top shooter in the conference shows what he can do best down low.
And Ben Swank told us just moments ago before the game that Lemoyne needs to get to the rim and get down low and get good looks, and that's what they did on that first possession.
The kick out, a three-pointer by Jones is up and good, and again the sharpshooter, his 45th three-point make, and gives FDU the lead, 3-2. And he transferred in from Snow Junior College in Utah. Lemoyne had a player from there recently in Suleiman Gay, who played a little bit. A lob over the defense to Caroma. Caroma has to spin around Nasaya, lays it up, missed the shot, rebound on the floor. I think he was expecting contact. It never came.
I think there was some on his, like, in the back of his head, but it was somewhat incidental, and that could be just an indication that the officials are going to let these teams play.
Nasaya, hands off. That's Emmanuel driving, trying to get a space to drive through. Can't get it. Now, here is Brown. Terrence Brown, the best player in the conference so far, lost the ball, and the Dolphins come away with a steal. Good strip by Caroma, and a feed in traffic to Dancer, who lays it up and in, and the Dolphins have the lead back.
Again, teams, a little bit of contact there. Oh, and a travel, Chris. You can't take two steps and do nothing with it after catching a pass. That is a travel, and fans, for all your travels, book your reservation at the Craftsman Inn and Suites in Fayetteville. Whether your plans call for a week-long visit or just a night away from home, the Craftsman Inn and Suites has everything you need. The officials will give you a half a step when you catch the ball if you stop because they don't want you to break an ankle, but he took two that time.
Yeah, it was an appropriate call. Owens passes at the top of the key to Dantzler. Now he works the right side. One-handed pass in traffic and stolen. Bad pass. Barba Bay picks it up. Drives, met by Carmody. Kick out. Nasaya's former Jefferson teammate. Now Emmanuel for three straight on. That's good for the lead.
We saw a lot of Emmanuel last year and really liked his athleticism, and it looks like he's even now honed his shooting. Tough guy to match up with.
FDU has 2 threes in the bank. Lemoyne a couple of twos, so it's 6-4 in favor of the FDU Knights. Chest pass to Carmody, top of the key. Didn't have an outlet for a three, but he gets the bounce pass down low and softly taps it in. Would you call that a dunk?
Not really, because I'm not sure he touched the rim.
I don't think
but
he did
his
either.
Fingertips were over the rim.
That ties the game at 6. Brown works it up, watched by Dantzler. Now Nasaya holding it. And there's a bumping foul on Lemoyne. First foul of the ball game.
And Darrick Jones Jr. trying to cut off the drive to the basket.
It'll be 20 on the shot clock as FDU will trigger in from underneath its own hoop, or just to the side of it. Emmanuel with the handoff. Brown, three in the corner for the lead. Hits the side of the backboard, comes out to Caroma. He'll lead a 1-on-3 break. High steps in the middle. The Euro step misses the layup. The rebound's loose on the floor, picked up by Darrick Jones Jr. Now Carmody catch and shoot three. That's long. And rebounded. Caroma thought he was held down low, might have a beef.
Yeah, both Caroma and Castleberry unhappy with the fact that no whistle was blown.
Officials letting him play. Brown quickly to the hole, misses the layup long, well defended, rebounded by Owens. Double in his last game, season highs of 19 points, 12 rebounds. He's missed half the season with injuries. Here's a floater that's good by Dantzler to give the Dolphins their second lead. Dantzler with the little teardrop, and Lemoyne has scored 4 straight to regain the lead, 8-6. Bismarck Nasaya over the right, and Dylan Jones dribbling once. Barba Bay now around to the left, and now it's Emmanuel going inside. Well defended, lost his footing, and he throws it right to Dantzler. Lemoyne has a 2-on-1, bounce to Carmody. Carmody waits for a defense to come, gets tangled up, lost the ball, and then Carmody loses. Dolphins want a foul there, but Jack Castleberry also wants something. Here's a three for the lead, no good by Barba Bay. But the offensive rebound and the layup is good to tie the game by Terrence Brown.
Yeah, there was a lot of contact both ways there that the
Wow.
officials are When you say letting them play, they're really letting them play today.
Yeah, and that might turn into some dangerous stuff later on. Not to say people are going to play dirty, but you start feeling like you could do whatever you want. Here's a jumper on the elbow, no good by Carmody, who's come up a little, he's missed his first 2 elbow jumpers. Well, one was a 3. Dylan Jones will try an NBA 3, and he banks it in. Wow, it's going to look pretty in the box score. He's got 6 to lead all scores, and Lemoyne's down 11-8.
Big grin on his face there.
That shot was so off that it was good.
That was a deep 3.
Yes, shot it from about the volleyball line. Owens pirouetted, now gets the return pass from Dantzler. The 2 of them play catch. Dantzler a deep 3, that's off to the right. We have a loose ball foul underneath, though, on the Knights. It might be Nasaya pushing off.
And it will not be free throws because on the rebound, there'll be substitutions when we come back from this media timeout.
Your score, it's FDU 12, Lemoyne 8 with 14:56 to play in this first half. This is Dolphins basketball on the Lemoyne College Broadcast Network. It's at 11-8, now it's 12-8. 3, 6, 8.
You don't want live turnovers. At least that was what he would call a dead turnover.
New player into the game, Cameron Tweedy, who gets the foul and the basket as he got some deep penetration, was able to convert down low. The Waldorf, Maryland native will get a chance for a three-point play.
And the other Maryland native, Darrick Jones Jr., picks up his second, so we'll see if he's taken out or not. So far, no.
The only 2 fouls in the game have been whistled on Darrick Jones Jr. So Cameron Tweedy just into the game gives Jack Castleberry instant offense, and the three-point play opportunity is up and good. First free throw taken for either side, and now Lemoyne has given up 8 straight and trails 14-8, their biggest deficit. Pass out to Fouts. Wide open 3 right wing, and that's off the rim, no good. Dolphins now 4 of 11 from the floor, and they're getting some good looks.
And still can't make threes. Struggled for a few times this year where the ball just will not go in.
They only had 4 in the last game. Braden Reynolds is in for the first time. He's their top bench threat. He's dribbling the ball now. He's out of Pittsburgh, one of the 3 remaining players on this team that played against Purdue. Missed shot from Jones in the corner leads to a Lemoyne fast break. Running bank shot is off the rim for O'Cypher Owens, but he will get a chance at the line for 2 free throws.
That thing bounced around, and Cypher just didn't get the roll.
So Reynolds picks up the first foul for FDU today, and he's a reserve. So it'll be O'Cypher Owens to the free throw line, looking for his first points. He's a 68% foul shooter. Lemoyne as a team, 72%. First shot is good.
And Owens, by the way, defended the three-point shot, made it a very difficult look. So nice that he got rewarded on the other end. With the ball, Robbie Carmody comes back in the game. So there's the substitution for Darrick Jones.
And Zach Tekin, who started most of the year at point guard, is in along with Willamika, interestingly. They got back. It's like a 2-guard offense coming up. Both free throws good for Owens, who played all 40 minutes in the game at LIU. And now Lemoyne has ended the 8-0 FDU run and trails 14-10.
And when you say 2-guard offense, 2 pure point guards in the offense right now.
Jones holds high overhead, now throws a lob pass. It's off the backboard and comes to Fouts.
I think he expected an alley-oop, but nobody went to the glass.
Including Lemoyne's defense. Nobody saw it. And it looks like Carmody stepped on the baseline on his drive. That's something Lemoyne players have done way too much this year. We're talking about the turnovers. The ones like that drive you crazy.
Well, he's not happy because he got bumped. And a lot of times you call a foul on that because you're riding the player out of bounds. But I didn't see that much contact there.
I don't think that's a...
And in this game where they're not calling anything, I don't have a problem with them not calling that.
I don't either. Pass in the left corner. Reynolds tries to drive. And now throws an over-the-shoulder pass, but the layup is missed by Tweedy.
Yeah, Nate Fouts may have gotten his hand on it, Chris.
Yep, Owens to the left side and Tekin. Dolphins should probably look to reverse the ball here. Owens dribbling, hands off to Carmody, pump fakes on a 3, reverse it left side and Tekin. Tekin drives baseline, choked off, back out to Fouts. Shot clock to single digits now. Fouts on the baseline, back to the basket, working on Emmanuel. Turns, looks for space, and gets stripped. Great defense there by Jameel Morris into the game for the first time. Now Emmanuel on the trail. Top of the key, Reynolds. They work it around to the right. And that could have been a double dribble called on Tweedy. Ball batted out of bounds by Carmody. It'll stay FDU ball with 12:33 to go in the first half. Messiah back in, replacing Tweedy. And it looks like Karoma's going to re-enter the lineup for Nate Champion. See who he replaces for giving O'Cypher Owens his first breather in 2 games.
Wow.
In fact, first time he sat down in a league game.
I don't think he's going to be on the bench for long either. We're 30 seconds away from media timeout, and Cypher's been playing so well, I wouldn't be surprised to see him come back on the floor after that media.
Brown is fouled, driving to the right side of the lane. And then we have Carmody slipping on the hardware, or maybe he's claiming he was pushed. I don't know.
He got bumped by Morris and did a nice job of
trying to
making
sell it for
sure
a foul.
He fell down.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that, what are they saying now? No, they're going to review this.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to have another review to see if there was any extracurricular activity. Right now, FDU leads 14-10.
So that is a foul on Robbie Carmody. That's definite, and that was legitimate.
First personal, third team. And Jimmy Gugas is now talking with head coach Jack Castleberry of FDU.
So this will be another Mooney Marketing video review. Video reviews at Lemoyne are sponsored by the Mooney Marketing Group. Let them review and elevate your brand. Mooney Marketing, they manage your marketing while you manage your business.
Well, here are some little nuggets and tidbits about the opponent, FDU, which of course stands for Fairleigh Dickinson University. They're located in Teaneck, New Jersey. They were founded in 1942, the school was, and FDU is New Jersey's largest private institution of higher education. They started as a JUCO, junior college, and the name Fairleigh Dickinson, you might be wondering, well, they were named after a colonel and an early benefactor. And amongst their famous alums, Ron Bloomberg, the first ever DH in Major League Baseball, and Seth Greenberg of ESPN fame. Also, of course, their big 2023 NCAA tournament upset of Purdue, which was their second NCAA tournament victory that year as a 16 seed, only the second 16 ever to knock off a number one. Well, that particular upset with Tobin Anderson at the helm, our buddy, former Lemoyne assistant, well, it caused nearly 4 billion social media impressions.
The officials are still talking about this, but I suspect they're going to come back with nothing here because
it's been a lot of activity in this game, but
yeah, there has been.
But there's not a whole lot of scoring, really. Between the two highest scoring teams in the league, we're looking at a score probably in the low 30s at halftime if you were to project it out.
Well, it started out like pretty high scoring because everybody was scoring right away, but the possessions have been long and well defended.
Incidental contact once again. So the officials on top of their game. Riley McGraw letting us know, and it'll be an inbounds play for FDU.
It's a free timeout for both teams.
Terrence Brown will inbound wearing the blue headband. Passes to Nasaya. Nasaya drives baseline and lays it up and off the rim. Rebound up for grabs and won by Fouts. Both teams have missed a couple of chippies in this first half.
Fouts did a nice job defending that, but still was a good-looking shot.
Amika, a three-pointer in the corner. That rims out. Lemoyne can't find it, the range from downtown.
I do like Amika testing his shot. He can be a good three-point shooter and just hasn't had opportunities this year.
Hit 5 of his first 6 this season early on, but has had some injuries and has not played in a lot of games, or a lot of minutes at least. Oh, Emmanuel had the pass batted away. It was intended for him, but Caroma got a backhand on it and knocked it out. So it'll be 11 on the shot clock. But first we have a media timeout. It'll be FDU ball when we get back, and the Knights leading the Dolphins 14-10. This is Dolphins basketball on the Lemoyne College Broadcast Network.
There's going to be a time when the shots start falling, and then we're going to be
Now it's Carmody on the right wing. To Amika, top of the key. Finds Carmody, top of the key. Sidesteps a defender. 3 in the air, and he's now 1 for 6 from the floor. But Amika knocks the ball free. Castleberry wanted a foul there. Fouts gets the offensive rebound and dribbles out. Here's Tekin for a 3. That's no good. He's shooting under 20% from there.
And that was the best-looking 3 of all the Dolphins' threes. The guy that's not been making them, but it's still rattled out.
Lemoyne 0 of 6 from downtown. They've really struggled from there in recent games. They are still averaging 7.7 a game. FDU averaging 9.1 triples a contest. 16-10, FDU looking to add to its lead. Down low, Emmanuel spins on his man and lays it up and misses. Gets the tip up, no good. A lot of contact being missed on both ends of the floor here. They could have called fouls there
on Amika.
On a couple of Lemoyne players. And in a couple of earlier plays we saw, the Dolphins thought they were fouled on a couple. So this is interesting. Nate Champion going even deeper into the bench, and for the first time in 4 games, we're going to see Jacob Blakely, the 6-foot freshman sharpshooter out of Elgin, Illinois, who a few games ago had 8 of 12 from three-point range in a career-high day.
I think it's a good move to put a new guy in there. Maybe he can, hit some shots.
The inbounds to Braden Reynolds, now top of the key. Terrence Brown, handoff, spins against the defense, and then the defense abated, but he didn't see it.
Yeah, the spin, you could consider that a travel because he didn't do anything in the spin. He just stopped. He didn't
Shot clock's to 6. The ball is stripped away. They're going to call a foul from behind on Carmody.
It's his second.
And the 5th on Lemoyne, only 1 on FDU.
And that wasn't much there, but he wasn't in position. He reached in from behind, made it an easy call.
And Dantzler will check in for him. So, again, the officiating, you only want consistency from them, but it's interesting that they're calling a lot of the little contact and some of the more aggressive contact they're allowing to go. Here's another deep 3, and that one rims out for Jones. Rebound to Dantzler. Lemoyne still down 6, really sputtering offensively. A lob down low to Karoma, who lays it up. Got it blocked from behind, I believe by Brown, who was the top shot blocker on the team. Now he catches into the corner, three-pointer Emmanuel. That's way short. Rebound by Karoma.
Karoma needs to dunk that ball, Chris, don't you think?
Yeah, he's now 1 of 4 from the floor, and he came in shooting 75% overall, best in the conference.
And he knows how to dunk when he gets that low.
Well, he's the leading dunker on the team with 27.
Cypher Owens open for a 3, but didn't want to take it.
Blakely doesn't take the 3. Well defended. Back to the basket. Owens, turnaround, baseline jumper. That's short. Weak side rebound, Brown.
That is a tough shot.
It's his first shot attempt for the game.
I'd rather he take that open 3.
Well, right now, nothing's falling for Lemoyne, 3 or otherwise. But their defense is held. They're still only down 6. Tweedy turns the corner. High arcing shot on the flip layup, and it's good.
Yeah, at some point, that 6 was going to turn into 8 or 9. It's tough to defend on multiple possessions. The offense has got to help the defense out.
A bounce to Dantzler. He tries the reverse layup. No good. And Lemoyne has just got to find a way to score.
Yeah, that's a little too fancy there. They got to take a better shot than that.
A one-hander by Brown is short, and the rebound is ping-ponged to Amika. Up ahead to Dantzler in transition, and he dunks it in.
It's a soft dunk, but it counts. It's a CAD slam, courtesy of CAD Dimensions. Visit CADDimensions.com for an instant price quote on your next 3D printed prototype tool fixture or assembly lathe off that Lemoyne Holiday Inn Express fast break.
Dolphins trail 18-12. Dantzler's got half of the Lemoyne points. Right side, Brown will take a 3 over Owens, rims out. Good closeout by Owens. Dantzler the rebound and dribbles up.
Yeah, I think FDU's taking 3s a little bit deeper than they need to.
Foul line fade away by Amika. That's his shot. We've seen it already this year, and he made it very confidently. His first bucket in 3 games.
That's what you have to go to, I think, when the shots aren't falling. The shot that you practice over and over again so it's unconscious, that's the one you need to take, and he did it there.
Probably not a big focus on the scouting report. Emmanuel gets by a man, misses the dunk, but is fouled in the act. And we'll go to the line for 2 as we reach a media timeout. With 7:58 to go in the first half, FDU has built an 8-point lead. Lemoyne has closed the deficit by exactly half. They're down 18-14, and this is Dolphins basketball on the Lemoyne College Broadcast Network.
enough strength on that. Looked like it was on line, but hit front rim and just kind of rolled off.
Well, clearly he can shoot, so it's just a mental thing right now for him.
Yeah, and he's such an athlete.
Second shot is up, and that one's good. He's got 4 points, and Lemoyne's trailing by 5. Coming in for FDU for the first time is Josiah Francis. He's a 6'8 freshman from Scarborough, Canada. So 2 Canadians on the FDU team. There were 3 on Lemoyne's last opponent, LIU. So there's a northern influx in the NEC, emphasizing the North in Northeast Conference. Entry pass mid-post to Owens. Owens backing in on Francis. He had a height advantage, but he didn't do anything.
He lost the ball.
5 seconds to shoot, and Lemoyne's got to get one up here. Amika into the lane, fall-away jumper, front rim no good. Weak side rebound, Karoma, and they're going to call a foul on Lemoyne. That'll be their 7th. It'll be free throws for FDU. But what was the call from Josh Anderson?
It's on Karoma.
What did he do?
He's saying he swung his elbow, but I didn't see him hit anybody.
Well, he was trying to clear the rebound. And they might review this. I don't see a foul there, but
yeah,
we'll see.
I don't think they're going to see anything bad about this. I mean, this is incidental basketball contact.
Again, we don't want to harp on the officiating, but the stuff they're letting go on both sides, and compared to the stuff they're calling, it's a little bit strange. We don't really see games called this way, or we haven't yet this year. Well, we want to thank you for joining us here on NEC Front Row and Lemoyne College basketball at the Lemoyne Events Center. The Dolphins are at 2-1. I'm Chris Granozio. Don Familo is my radio and TV broadcast partner, and we are coming to you in our 33rd year of broadcasting, Don, you and I. And this is our 911th consecutive men's basketball broadcast going back to 1992. I want to thank all the people over. Hearing music. We're back. Moyne Event Center. Chris Granozio and Don Familo. Justin Miller is our engineer back at the Fox Sports Radio studios. And Lemoyne trailing by the score of 19-14. And the officials are saying go back to your benches to all the players, and they're still meeting at half court to see what the story is. Karoma is being called for a second foul. We know that. We just don't know if it's got flagrant or what they saw on the video. But the officiating tandem of Jimmy Gugas, Josh Anderson, and Riley McGraw are still huddling at center court. So we'll let you know as soon as we hear. But in the meantime, FDU is being led by Dylan Jones, who has a couple of three-pointers, including one he banked in from about 40 feet out. He's got 6 points, 5 off the bench for Cameron Tweedy. Joel Emanuel with 4, Terrence Brown with 4, the leading scorer in the league. And for Lemoyne, it's A.J. Dantzler leading the way with 6 points, 2 apiece for Robbie Carmody, Dwayne Karoma, Oscypher Owens, and Willamika. This is maybe the longest Mooney marketing video review we've had all year.
Yeah, this has to be the record. Longest Mooney marketing video review of the year.
This is the kind of thing where you
4 minutes now?
It's got to be something like that. I'm running out of things to say, so we'll talk about the next bit of business, and that's Lemoyne's next broadcast will be right here. Yep. As we took a look at our Finn's Hospitality upcoming schedule, the Dolphins will next be in action on Sunday afternoon as they take on Mercyhurst in their second home game in league play. We'll be on the air at 1:45 with the King and King Courtside Show, 2 o'clock for the tip, and the women's broadcast will be at Mercyhurst. Actually, they were at Mercyhurst and lost yesterday, 63-52. Women are now 0-15, and they'll play at St. Francis tomorrow as they start their league slate with 3 road games. It'll be a 3:45 King and King Courtside Show and a 4 o'clock tip with Tim McCaffrey bringing you the action. Count on us to bring you all the Lemoyne basketball action this winter and let Finn's Hospitality handle all your catering needs. Give them a call at 315-445-4695. Don, you have a...
Yep, it was just a common foul, which we expected.
So 3 reviews totaling about 6.5 minutes, and nothing unusual about any of them.
Yeah, just free timeouts for both teams.
Yeah. Nasaya with the baby hook, left it long, and the rebound on the floor, but cradled by Amika, and a reach-in foul on Dylan Jones.
And a lot of weird things happened there. Amika could have been called for a travel before the reach-in. It was a missed shot by the big man, Bismarck Nasaya, against the 6-footer, Will Amika.
Well, he just overshot. He just overshot it on the baby hook, and he's being replaced by Cameron Tweedy. So Lemoyne trailing 19-14 and really slogging their way through this. Amika gets by his man on the baseline, and good ball movement around the perimeter. Blakely cuts to Owens on the right side, almost walked with it. Finds a cutting Karoma, who has to track it down. Now a pass out to Blakely. Left corner 3 is long, and Lemoyne's now 0 of 7 from downtown. But the offensive rebound by Amika, and he is fouled on his putback attempt. Good hustle by Lemoyne, which is doing a nice job on the offensive glass today, and they've had plenty of opportunities with all the missed shots on the front end. Will Amika will go to the line. He hasn't been there in a long time, and on the season, the senior is shooting 79%. Hits the first. Will Amika was last at the line at Notre Dame, where he completed a 3-point play. That was in late December. One more shot coming, and it's good. So Will Amika makes something out of nothing for Lemoyne, and he's got 4 points off the bench. FDU seeing some pressure from Lemoyne. It's a 2-1-2 trap. But they get it across, FDU does, to Dylan Jones. Now the shot clock to 16 as they start their offense. Barba Bay, chest pass to Jones. He can shoot from there. You got to guard him from as soon as he walks into the building. Top of the key, and Francis. Now Jones sidesteps a man, got the ball swatted away by Dantzler. There might have been a reach-in foul there, to be honest. Left side in Blakely, back to Owens, back to Blakely. Lemoyne down 3, despite their poor shooting. Amika pivots in the paint, back out to Dantzler, drives right baseline, Barba Bay guarding him. A feed down low to Owens, who turns, the shot off glass and good, and Lemoyne's within 1. A sight for Owens' first basket. He's got 4 points. Again, coming off the season highs of 19 points and 12 boards and 5 blocks in the LIU loss.
Lemoyne being aggressive, going to the basket, but patient, waiting to find the open big man down low.
It's an 8-1 run for Lemoyne since they trailed by a game-high 8. They had a couple of leads early. Here's Brown with a beautiful move to the basket, but another layup that doesn't go for FDU. Gets his rebound and gets it stripped by Blakely. And now over to Amika, leading the controlled break. Into the corner. Owens, a 3 for the lead is no good. Lemoyne still can't buy a 3. Weak side rebound, though, for Dantzler. And we have a whistle and an offensive foul on Lemoyne.
It's on
Karoma. That's another one away from the ball.
And he's immediately replaced by
Nate Fouts. Karoma has fouled out of the last 2 Lemoyne games, and he's fouled out of 4 games this year, and that is his team-high 52nd foul of the year.
Well,
he's got to rein that in.
He's always in the line of fire because he's a big man that really plays down low, is
plays hard,
constantly pushing for position, but also leaks out to try to help. Yeah, he is everywhere on the floor. He's going to pick up fouls, but as you mentioned, Chris, he's got to do a better job of reducing them so he can stay on the floor.
Barba Bay misses. The rebound on the floor to Dantzler. Dantzler finds a trailer. Here's Blakely for a 3 straight on. In and out. Rebound on the floor, saved, but no, it was on the end line, so it'll go back to FDU. Lemoyne is now 0 of 9 from beyond the arc, and they're only down 1.
It's amazing how some of these shots are so close, but they just won't go in the basket.
So Jacob Blakely against SUNY Delhi was 8 of 12 from three-point range, which was tied a rookie record for most threes in a game. And it was 1 shy of the school record set by Michael Cully. And since he went 8 of 12, he's now 0 of 6 from three-point range.
Yeah, and I think if you remember, he missed his first shot or 2 in that game.
And
then went on his streak, and Lemoyne goes even deeper into the bench.
Yeah, it looks like Isaac Niakundi is in for the first time. They nicknamed him Moose. He's from Duluth, Minnesota, and Lemoyne's tallest player at 6'9". Hasn't played many minutes lately.
Doesn't look quite as tall as O'Cypher Owens right now, though, because he's new hairstyle.
Yeah, Joel Emanuel at 6'7" looks about the same size as he does.
Joel's got a little bit of hair there, too.
Yes, Emanuel has it on the right wing. Handing off to Braden Reynolds. Comes around the curl, guarded by Owens. Now Tekken trying to guard the bigger Emmanuel. Into the corner, three-pointer Francis. That's way high on an air ball long. Taken out of the air by Tekken. And now a foul is called at midcourt as Dantzler caught the pass and wasn't given much room. An impeding foul on Francis.
And Chris, there wasn't much there either. He got by him.
No, but
he did reach in with one hand, but
there was a little bit of stumbling by, so they called it. And again, we're seeing a lot of stuff called that's light contact. And
that's what's weird to me, that they called that.
Lemoyne again can have a chance to take the lead here as FDU's gone ice cold.
As long as they don't take a three.
Yeah. Well, eventually one's got to go. Tekken drives, bounces it past to Blakely. Now the handoff to Owens. Owens trying to make a move, and well defended by Reynolds. Shot clock's to 6. Dantzler around a screen, met by Reynolds on the switch. Then he throws up a three-pointer, and it's way off the mark, no good. A shot clock violation. 0 for 10 now for Lemoyne down from beyond the arc.
So these two teams who can really score
Yep.
aren't scoring today, and one of the reasons is fouls aren't being called. Both teams can play physically, defensively, and it's making it hard for anyone to get a good look at the basket.
We're at our final media time out of the first half. 3:46 to go, and what started out looking like it was going to live up to the billing of the top two offensive teams in the league is now turning into a defensive rock fight. 19-18, FDU leads it. We'll be back with more. This is Lemoyne College basketball on the Lemoyne College Broadcast Network.
Behind-the-scenes photos and breaking news, like the hiring of our new athletic director, Phil Brown, who's sitting behind us to the left watching this game.
Both teams have gone ice cold as it is outside. FDU's down to 30% shooting, Lemoyne at 27%. FDU's has gone 3 of its last 16, 0 of 7 from 3. Lemoyne is 3 for its last 19 and have missed all 9 of their three-point shots. They have it as 0 of 9. I had 0 of 10, but regardless, Lemoyne
it's
with
still
a goose
an
egg.
over.
Yeah. Barbara Bay with a lob to Emmanuel. He catches in traffic, and what's the call? A foul on Lemoyne. That'll be their 9th, and a 1-and-1 will be coming to Emmanuel, which might not be a bad thing since he shoots it so poorly at the stripe.
Will Amica with the foul. And, you know, you got a guy at 6'7", 6'8" down there being guarded by a 6-footer. Forcing him to take free throws is not a bad thing.
Especially since he's 43% or whatever. 1 of 2 today, and it is the 1-and-1. Dolphins down by 1 point. The shot is up and good. Joel Emmanuel tied for 10th in the conference in three-point percentage. He's out of Suffern, New York. Played on the team last year.
Yeah.
One more shot. It's up, and it is way short. Fouts knocks the rebound down, but he's fouled from behind by Josiah Francis.
And Lemoyne was able to corral the rebound. He got it to Dantzler, but now the officials not letting the incidental contact go as easily as they did at the beginning of the game, maybe making some adjustments.
6th foul on FDU, so it will not be free throws, but Lemoyne brings it up. Down 2. Despite all of this, their defense has been keeping them in the game. Willamika still dribbling. Now finds Blakely, throws it away. Stolen by Terrence Brown, their top steals man, and he slams it home in transition. Lemoyne again with turnovers that turn into points.
Well, overplaying that time on the perimeter, that's the turnover that Lemoyne doesn't want to see. The live turnover that you can't defend.
Here's Blakely with the foul line jumper. Good. Jacob Blakely with his first score in quite a while. And he's got Lemoyne back within 22-20.
We'll see if that kind of wakes him up offensively.
Well, both teams woke up offensively in their last trips.
Yeah, they actually scored.
Pass to Francis on the right wing. Up top, Brown. He can shoot it from anywhere. And trouble with the dribble.
It was a double dribble.
I thought so, too. Here's a three by Barba that swishes through. And FDU gets the benefit on that one.
Yeah, that was definitely a double dribble.
First three-point make for Tyree Barba, who's really his birth name is Ahmed Barba, and good defense in the corner as Jameel Morris almost knocked it off of Amika, but it'll be Lemoyne ball.
After this Lemoyne timeout, when time is run out and you need 3D printed parts, count on CAD Dimensions to deliver high-quality, high-accuracy parts and prototypes. Trust them to meet the most exacting engineering standards. Visit cadimensions.com to learn more. CAD Dimensions, your partner in design solutions.
Well, once again, Lemoyne's got to try to weather a storm and go into the locker room with some kind of momentum. When Lemoyne trails at the half this year, they are 0 for 10. 0-10 when trailing at the half, 5-1 when they lead at the half. They're down 5 right now with 2:18 to go. And again, once they started to get a little bit of scoring, then all of a sudden FDU picked up its scoring. Barba Bay with the three-pointer to expand to a 5-point lead, 25-20.
Well, there are a lot of guys on the floor that are good offensive players, and eventually, if they're smart, use their head and find the right shots, those shots are going to fall. In Lemoyne's case, when they're struggling offensively, they start to force it. You know, they tighten up. They start to get worried. They look at the scoreboard. Oh, my God, we're down 5. Hurry up, we have to score.
Right.
They have to get away from that mentality and just run their offense.
The Knights have the only 4 3-point makes in the game. Dantzler lobs to Fouts behind the arc. And then he gets it to Osai for Owens. Owens back to Fouts. Still dribbling, hands off to Blakely. Top of the key. He'll set his feet for 3. That's no good. Now Lemoyne's officially 0 for 10 from 3-point range.
As a wide open look and a good look for Blakely. And you know what? If you're a shooter, you have to keep shooting. Otherwise, you're never going to figure out the shot.
Interesting, we haven't seen Fred Paul Bogatskis yet. Here's a three-pointer by Brown that's short. Rebound, though, is on the floor and picked up by Barba Bay.
Rebound was longer than the shot.
Emmanuel throws it out of bounds. Left his feet, had no one to throw to.
He threw it to the King and King Architect sign under the basket. And here comes Fred.
Just on cue with 1:43 to go in the first half. He's only shooting 20% from three-point range this season, but he is a guy that has battled all sorts of injuries. You can see his, possibly from your from our video monitors, you can see that his right hand is still taped up. His wrist was broken in the game at St. Bonaventure. He's trying to get his shot back since then. Fouts has it. Turns to face the basket. Now goes to the hole. Shot off glass and good. Fouts with an aggressive take. And he's got his first points off the Dolphin bench. It's 25-22 FDU. Minute 22 to play in this first half.
And Nate Champion has gone deep into his bench, giving everybody a feel for the game. We'll see if that helps in the second half.
Tweedy, a handoff, and now Brown, top of the key. Back to Tweedy, back to the basket. He works on Fouts now. The little flip in the lane is short, and the rebound pulled down by Owens. Lemoyne's leading rebounder.
Well, Moyne really hitting the defensive glass. 4 white jerseys there.
Fouts thought about the 3. Now over the left side. Willamika the 3 to tie. It's no good, and Lemoyne still searching for its first three-point make.
Incredible.
And almost everyone's a good look. They're not forcing these. Emmanuel is fouled, and he scores the layup. Bad break for Lemoyne's Nate Fouts. He was just on the floor, lost his footing, and Emmanuel worked around him, and they call the foul on Fouts.
Yeah, from underneath. He said he's sweeping underneath. If you fall on the ground like that, you can't move at all.
Emmanuel now has a team-high 7 points and has a chance for a 3-point play with 45.6 seconds to go on the clock. Emmanuel's free throw is good. He's 3 for 5, upping his seasonal average. 8 points for him, and Lemoyne's down 6, 28-22.
Well, you can't fault Nate Champion. He's tried everything in this game.
Yep, and they're getting good looks. They're just not making them. fake by Fouts. Now it's Dantzler with a three-pointer on the arc. No good. Lemoyne now 0 for 12 from three-point range. It's really hard to believe.
Yeah, that one wasn't a good look.
And Dantzler is the sixth most accurate three-point shooter in the league. It must be something in their heads now. We have a timeout by FDU. It's their use it or lose it, and they'll play for the final shot of the period, leading by 6, 28-22. And Dylan Jones has re-entered the lineup as well, so look for a possible three-point shot. And Niakundi back in for Lemoyne. And really, Don, you can't complain about the defense allowing 28 points to FDU in the first half. It's all on the offense, especially from beyond the arc. Hard to believe that Lemoyne just cannot even come close to making a three. Well, some of them were close, but many of them were not.
Yeah, Zach Tekken, by the way, coming in as well, one of Lemoyne's best defensive players for this possession. Chris, it is contagious, making baskets and missing baskets. But also, Lemoyne hasn't had some of the right players on the floor. Darrick Jones Jr. is a good three-point shooter, but picking up those two fouls early, he hasn't been able to take one from the corner like he normally does. And we've seen some of the Dolphin players that haven't had a lot of minutes, like Willamika. He needs to get more looks in game action. Again, Nate Champion going deep in the bench, rotating players throughout the first half. We'll see if that helps in the second half.
20 seconds to play in the first period. Terrence Brown dribbling near center court. Lemoyne in zone defensively now for the first time.
Yeah, they fell back into a 2-3 after Tekken was on the ball.
Just a little different look for FDU. Brown with 3 seconds to go. Oh, he dragged a pivot foot. Nobody saw it. Barba Bay, a deep three, short off the front rim as time expires. Boy, they have missed two obvious travels on Terrence Brown, but still, Lemoyne has more important. In the road navy, trimmed in burgundy and white. FDU in burgundy letters across the chest with the sword going through the D. Good logo. And Lemoyne in the home white, trimmed in green with Lemoyne in script across the chest. The lob down low to Emmanuel is wide open for the two-handed stuff, and FDU scores right away to match their largest lead of 8. And Joel Emmanuel, the first player in double figures, with 10. So now Lemoyne's called for an offensive foul right away. They're going to call Karoma for his third on an illegal screen. It's away from the ball, and Nate Fouts will immediately come in for Karoma. Josh Anderson with the call. Emphatically, it's the second time at least he's called one on Karoma. And now the officials are saying, teams to your benches, and they're going to review this for some reason. Not sure why, but we have another Mooney Marketing video review. They will review and alleviate, and you can let Mooney Marketing review and elevate your brand. Mooney Marketing, they manage your marketing while you manage your business. So you couldn't ask for a worse starting 22 seconds of the second half as Lemoyne gives up an uncontested dunk to Joel Emmanuel and then an offensive foul, the third foul of the game on Dwayne Karoma. And Josh Anderson emphatic with the call, second one at least that he's called on him.
Yeah, and we talked at the half how important the first few minutes of the second half was, that Lemoyne can't afford to give up a few baskets and suddenly be down double digits. That's the danger of going into the half with not having the lead. As you mentioned, Chris, Lemoyne not winning a game when they're trailing at the half. And a big reason for that is when they come out in the second half, you don't recover right away. Suddenly you're down and you're clawing back the entire game. And it's tough for Dwayne Karoma, who,
he can't stay on the floor these last three games. He just can't.
And those early fouls are tough calls against him. They easily could be no calls.
Yep. It started with the Niagara game, transferred over to Brooklyn, to LIU, and now it's continuing here at home against FDU. And again, he's an amazing player, but got to stay on the floor for Lemoyne to have success. Still down by 8. It'll be FDU ball, and they have a chance to grab a double-digit lead if they can score a basket here. And the officials still, I think if you had to add up the total time as if, you're in soccer, how the third official always keeps track.
Time,
yeah. I think there would be about, 10 minutes of bonus time already, because we had about probably 7 minutes in the first half, and this is going on 3 minutes here.
Well, Mooney Marketing certainly getting their money's worth.
Yes, they are. Officials are still huddling, and eventually they'll give us some kind of explanation on what they're dealing with. I have no idea. It's been that kind of game today. Another common foul. So we've had about 10 minutes of video reviews today, and it's resulted in really nothing other than common fouls or incidental contact.
Yeah, which is good.
So you give the referees credit for at least doing their due diligence and checking out everything. But now the Dolphins have to really hunker down, trailing by 8.
Well, to me, it means you don't have to use your timeouts because you're going to get one every few minutes on a Mooney marketing review.
Masai almost had the ball stripped away, and now he gets fouled by Fouts, who tried to go for the blocked shot, but got a little bit of the arm as well. And Bismarck Nasaya, the Jefferson transfer, will go to the line for 2.
Another thing to keep
they're
in mind.
They're calling Amika on the foul, not on foul. So I guess there was nothing on the block, although it looks like he also got some contact.
What often happens in games like this, Chris, when you have few fouls called in the first half, they'll pick, as the first free throw is good, they'll pick up in the second half. Lemoyne's got to be careful because they had a decent number of fouls in the first half to not quickly get in foul trouble here in the second.
These are Nasaya's first 2 points of the game. He came in as a 63% foul shooter, but they've done a good job. 6 out of 8 getting there to the line more than Lemoyne has, and then making 75% of them. Darrick Jones Jr., who sat almost the entirety of the first half, is back on the floor for Lemoyne. Now a feed down low to Owens, who's fouled. Shot good, and Lemoyne has a chance for a 3-point play the hard way after falling behind by 10 for the first time.
Yeah, it's their first shot at a King and King and one.
That's their first shot of the second half.
King and King is the oldest operating architectural firm in New York State. We'll see if Cypher Owens can complete the King and King 3-point play.
Reynolds in for Brown. Owens will have a chance for the and one. He's 2 of 2 from the line today. Lemoyne 4 of 4 as a team. He's got half of them. Shot is up and rolls off the rim. Rebound by Emmanuel. Owens ties Dantzler for team high with 6 points. Messiah looked like he dragged the pivot foot.
Yeah, both teams have been doing a lot of that today.
Yep.
No calls.
Emmanuel working left blocks. Backing in on the smaller Dantzler. Lost the ball going up. Fouts pulls it out of the air.
Kind of fell down under the basket.
Yeah. Hand off to Dantzler. Ball fake. Now Fouts. Spinning down low. Bounce to Owens. One dribble. Gets it back, and a jump ball is called. No, they're going to call foul on FDU.
Huh.
It's on Jones? Yeah, it's on Dylan Jones.
I think that looked worse than it was.
So we have 4 fouls, 2 on each team in the first minute 23 of the second half after it was the opposite type of officiated game in the first half. First shot is up for Owens and good.
And one of the reasons for that also, Chris, players get a little more tired in the second half. They start playing defense more with their hands instead of positioning with their feet. So you do tend to see more fouls in the second half, but not in the first 2 minutes.
One more free throw can make it a 2-possession game. It's up and good. So Owens is 4 of 5 from the line. And he's got 8 points to lead Lemoyne. Dolphins down by 6. They scored 4 straight. They're picking up full court. Defensively, Braden Reynolds works it up across the timeline.
Maybe try to pick up a turnover here, change the pace of the game a little bit, speed it up.
Ball fake by Barba Bay. Works it to his former Jefferson teammate, Messiah. Now Dylan Jones.
Lemoyne is switching, by the way, on all these screens.
Shot clock's down to 3, and Bismarck Messiah finally makes a baby hook to beat the shot clock.
Yeah, over Dantzler. Size advantage. He recognized it, took his time, didn't rush the shot like he was doing in the first half.
He's got 4 points. Lemoyne's down by 8. Owens in the lane. Turnaround one-hander good. Outside for Owens starting to get hot. He's got 10 points for Lemoyne, including their last 6.
I guess you can say he's blazing hot, Chris.
And he just got a steal. And now Lemoyne couldn't hang on in the backcourt. Great hustle, though, as Willamika was falling backwards like he was on the precipice of a pool, falling backwards. So it'll go back to FDU. Probably no double turnover there, just no change of possession.
Yeah, actually, I was thinking precipice of a cliff that he was falling off of, but
20 on the shot clock.
Both the vision of both certainly is his toes were just trying to not go over the line.
Lemoyne down 6, still without benefit of a 3-point basket in this game. And now it's Nasaya working on Fouts into the lane. Turnaround, one-hander off the back rim, off. Boy, that hit every part of the rim and came off. Rebounded by Fouts. Quickly into the front court, Amika lost the ball. Diving on it is Nasaya and saves it for the Knights. Up ahead, the pass is deflected by Fouts, but still comes to Reynolds. Into the corner. Jones, a quick pop three. Off the rim long. Rebounded by Owens with one hand.
So now you really can say Owens is blazing hot for Lemoyne, as hot as the ovens at Blaze Pizza. Fresh dough, never frozen, made in-house every day. Blaze Pizza. Widewaters Parkway in DeWitt. Boy, Fouts in trouble down low.
Yep, kept the pivot foot, though.
Had to get it back to a Cypher. He wants to take that three, Chris.
But he won't. Instead, Jones in the corner. He's good from there usually and makes the three plus a foul. And that might be the spark Lemoyne needs. Their first three-point basket of the ball game after missing their first 12.
And the foul is on Messiah over there in the corner. And sometimes it just takes an unconscious look at the basket, which is what we got from Darrick Jones Jr. So as he goes to the line to hopefully complete I guess that's also a king and one, even though it's a three-pointer. And he makes it. So the three-pointer credited to Darrick Jones Jr. and the fourth point as well. If you need credit, visit the CFCU Community Credit Union with branches in East Syracuse and North Syracuse.
Lemoyne on a 10-2 run. Emmanuel is sandwiched and fouled. That'll be the third on the Dolphins with 16:27 to go in the second half. The physicality is definitely picked up here after intermission.
So I know Cypher Owens, his second, and Lemoyne can't afford for him to come off the floor. So
the Dolphins have trimmed a 10-point deficit to 2. The inbounds and a hold on the inbounds pass, and that'll be the fourth foul on Lemoyne as Tweedy caught the bounce entry.
It's on Darrick Jones, who picks up his third. But again, I'm thinking maybe you keep him on the floor.
Well, I mean, he just took his first shot of the game and had a 4-point play out of it. Quick inbounds is to Barba Bay in the corner. He throws an air ball, picked out of the air by Fouts. Dolphins can tie or take the lead. And here's a one-handed shot, and it's good for Owens, falling backwards, and he'll go to the line to try to complete a three-point play. Tie game on the one-hander in the lane by Owens.
Another king and one opportunity for Lemoyne. A timeout, I believe, called by FDU. And Cypher Owens showing why he is hotter than the ovens at Blaze Pizza.
16:17 to go in this second half. All even at 34. Lemoyne on a 12-2 run and looking for more at the free throw line. This is Dolphins basketball on the Lemoyne College Broadcast Network.
Paint to put the shot up and in the foul. That's our drive of the game, brought to you by West Herr Chevrolet of East Syracuse. Together, let's drive.
Dolphins are driving from 10 points down and possibly going to take a lead here as Cypher Owens has a chance for the three-point play. All even at 34, a 12-2 run for Lemoyne. Spend their best offensive spurt of the entire game, and that includes their first three-point make. It was actually a 4-point play for Darrick Jones Jr., and that is his 8th straight game with a three-point basket, by the way, and that's the most on the team.
Well, I think it's no coincidence that the offenses look a little bit smoother as Lemoyne has been running, getting some fast break points, opening up the offense.
Well, that's what Nate Champion wants from his team this year. Owens is 4 of 5 from the line tonight. Studies it, shoots it, and hits it. Lemoyne back on top for the first time since 6-4. It's a 13-2 run for the green and gold.
Weren't they up 8-6?
No, they were up 6-4 and then down 14-8. Oh, yeah, you're right. They were up 8-6. You're right. Yep. That was their last lead.
Close enough.
Yeah. Hand off to Barba Bay. Dribbles, goes downhill, turns. Well defended by Amika. Kicks it out. The ball is poked free and into the backcourt where great hustle by Amika, but Emmanuel saves it, and that's a shot clock violation. Because of Amika's hustle, Emmanuel touched it, and there had never been a change of possession, but by Emmanuel touching it, it became an extension of the shot clock. So
it would have been the shot clock anyway, so Darrick Jones Jr. tipped the ball so deep into the backcourt, Chris, I don't know if they would have had time to get a shot off anyway.
They might not have, but at least if Emmanuel had it without Mimika fronting him, he would have had a chance for like a half-court heave or something.
Or he may have gotten to it more quickly. But speaking of quickly, we're very quickly at our next media timeout.
Lemoyne on a 13-2 run, leading 35-34 with 15:45 to go in the second half. This is Dolphins basketball on the Lemoyne College Broadcast Network. Now we can get that in. Heads up play.
I agree with keeping Darrick on the floor. Mm-hmm. BSN Sports has been the largest distributor of team sports apparel and equipment in the United States. They're your complete sports authority, and they feature all the latest gear and team uniforms. They're the #1 dealer in the Northeast. Get connected 24/7 at bsnsports.com for fast and convenient ordering. BSN Sports, a proud corporate partner of Lemoyne Athletics.
Lemoyne will put it in play for underneath their own hoop. It's a lob towards center court. Amika pulls it. And now over to Darrick Jones, actually to Dantzler. Lemoyne by 1. It's their first second-half lead. First lead since 8-6. And a steal. Great play that time by Jameel Morris back into the game. And a foul in transition.
By Amika, unfortunate because Nate Fouts with a nice block shot off the glass. But that's just a fantastic steal. Will Amika did everything right. He went with the bounce pass, which is difficult to take away without kicking. But now the turnover, and he picked up foul number 3. And right now, Will Amika really needs to stay on the floor. He's a big part of the enthusiasm that Lemoyne has shown here in the second half.
Cameron Tweedy, 1 of 1 from the line today. Bonk off the back rim on the first.
But Amika does go to the bench as Zach Tekin replaces him.
Tweedy, a 64% foul shooter on the season. FDU is 6 of 9 from the line. Lemoyne 7 of 8. That's pretty much a wash. Second shot is up and front rim no good. Rebound out of bounds off of whom?
Well, Osifer Owen says it's not off him, and I thought it wasn't either.
They're going to give it to FDU with 20 on the shot clock. So the Dolphins almost get a stop. And the lob is to Emmanuel, who slams it down on the catch. So those are turnover points against Lemoyne.
And he just turned to Cypher Owens after that with a big "oh" on his mouth, but the official said, no, we're not going to call anything there.
Close to a taunting, but I agree with the officials not calling it there.
Yeah, it's not his fault that Owens was there, but Owens is also there under the basket. Beautiful pass.
Great one big man feeding another. Fouts with the assist. And Lemoyne back on top as we seesaw here in the second half. Emmanuel gets it off to the right side, and Brown, who's been kind of silent. Reverse layup attempt, no good. Rebound off the glass to Dantzler. Good fight for both teams there. Owens now with 15 points. Here's Zach Tekin stopping on a jump stop in the lane. Three-pointer Owens, that's an air ball. Saved by Fouts, though, on the baseline to Dantzler. Now Tekin on the broken play gets fouled by a handsy Joel Emmanuel.
And finally, Cypher Owens gets an opportunity to tie his shoe. It's been untied for the last two possessions. He reached down and tried to tie it earlier, but the ball came up the court too quickly. Waiting for a whistle.
So Barba Bay is in for Jones. Lemoyne putting it in play, up one. We've had 10 fouls now, 5 apiece in the first 5.5 minutes of the second half. Dantzler almost walked with it. Jump pass left side. Fouts keys a three. Bullseye! Three-pointer for Nate Fouts. Lemoyne's got its largest lead of the game, 4. Only their second triple of the game.
And Chris, I'm going to do the three-pointer read here.
Yeah.
CFCU Community Credit Union sponsors our three-pointers. They got branches in East Syracuse and North Syracuse, and normally we only do one per half, but Lemoyne didn't make a 3 in the first half.
That's right. Nate Fouts is in pain as he has got his back on the hardwood.
Well, we hope it's not a back issue. It looks like
a cramp in his right leg. Yep, he is. That's what his teammates are helping him with. There is a foul on the play on Lemoyne. I believe Emmanuel was going up toward the hole. So it'll be free throws for FDU when we do return to action. And now,
well, Brandon Makers, the athletic trainer, goes out and says, I know how to get rid of a cramp.
Yeah. So
Fouts will go to the bench, and Brandon will take care of him. And it looks like Dwayne Caroma will replace him.
So, yep, Caroma will be in the lineup for Lemoyne, and this is turning into another of maybe like 4 or 5 extra timeouts in the game because the officials or the coaches have been able to huddle with their teams with all these extra time delays. Joel Emmanuel, who continues to get to the line a lot today, he's 3 for 5. 60% came in at 43%, so he's ticking that average up a little bit. Emmanuel's first attempt is no good. Rattles out. He's got 12 points to lead FDU, 1/3 of their offense. One more shot coming. It is up, and it is good. So he's got a baker's dozen, and Lemoyne's lead is shaved to 3, 40-37. Tekin will work it up. Guarded in the backcourt by Jameel Morris. Morris stays with him. Tekin handling the ball, a transfer out of Siena. Crosses over, gets into the lane. The floater around the rim and out. Tapped up and in by Owens on the left side. Owens continues to shine. He's got 17 to lead all scorers. And another offensive rebound for the Dolphins. 42-37, their largest lead. A lot of time left in this one, a lot of free throws to come. Both teams near the bonus. Morris pass on a low bounce to Barba Bay. Entry pass to Emmanuel. Down low, finds Tweedy for the reverse layup. Good. Nicely orchestrated play that time. Tweedy on the back door gets the layup. Makes it a 3-point game. 7 points for Tweedy. Owens backing in, one-handed pass out to Jones for 3. Bullseye! Darrick Jones Jr., 2 of 2 from the floor. Both of them are triples. He's got 7. All here in the second half, and Lemoyne's expanded its lead to 6, 45-39.
Perfect position for that 3, and that's his shot.
Brown with a beautiful move, but he got a shot, I believe, but deflected. And in transition, it's Caroma, charging foul. That's the 3rd time Josh Anderson has called a foul on Caroma. Not to say that they're wrong, but that's interesting that he's really got him in his sights.
Well, I think that is a charging foul. I couldn't tell if the defender was in that half circle or not.
I couldn't tell either, but he was out of control.
He went over the top of him, and he'll get replaced by Isaac Niakundi.
Well, they got to put someone in because that's the fourth foul on Karoma, who was fouled out of his last 2 games.
And Nate Fouts right now is working off a cramp. I'm sure he'll be able to come back into the game.
Right.
But
next man up.
I'd like to see Isaac Niakundi get more minutes.
Yeah. He's a freshman, but he's their tallest player, and we've seen him in practices. He's not a bad player, just inexperienced. So now the Dolphins might go some zone here.
It's kind of a strange defense right now.
Barba Bay, step back 3, blocked on the way up, I thought.
Yeah, I think so too. And Niakundi with a rebound.
So he's on the scorebook. Dolphins with it, up by 6. Dantzler, bounce entry, mid-post to Niakundi. Back out to Dantzler, 3 in the air, off to the left, no good. He can't find the range today, although he does have 3 two-point baskets. 3-point jumper, Morris around the rim and rattles off. Rebounded by Owens, and he dribbles up. Now finds Dantzler. Dantzler across the foul line, finds Tekin. Tekin, well defended, stops the dribble. And now Owens hands off to Tekin. Drives baseline, and a foul on a reach-in by FDU. It's going to be on Morris, and we have a media timeout with 11:58 to go in the second half. The Dolphins somehow with a 6-point lead, 45-39. This is Dolphins basketball on the Moyne College Broadcast Network. Still a lot of time left on with 11:58 to go, but Lemoyne has figured some things out, and the shooting has been a lot of one of them. They're 8 of 11 from the floor for 73% in the second half, whereas FDU has struggled 4 of 12 for 33%. And Lemoyne has made 3 out of 5 from the three-point line, and FDU 0 of 4.
Maybe it's the basket. Maybe that basket
it
doesn't work with threes anymore, and that one does. Well, tonight's broadcast is brought to you in part by our Team Lemoyne corporate partners, the preferred partners of Lemoyne Athletics, which include Finn's Hospitality, West Her Chevrolet of East Syracuse, the CFCU Community Credit Union, IBEW Local 43, Holiday Inn Express, Mannion Capani, CAD Dimensions, McNeil & Company, King & King Architects, Wegmans, the DT Broadcast Company, Pepsi, Nike, and BSN.
Lemoyne is on a 23-7 run since they trailed by 10 here in the second half. And it'll be an inbounds play for for Lemoyne, I guess. Yep. Leading by 6, 20 on the shot clock. Dantzler on the baseline. Flies it up to Zek Tekin. Screen set for him by Niakundi. Right side pass.
Boy.
Owens back to Tekin.
Thought Owens was going to take that 3.
Both teams in man defensively in the last few trips. Shot clock's at 5. Tekin cradles the ball. Shot off to his right. No good. Rebound by Bismarck Messiah with a nice box out.
He did get rimmed, but it would have done better to go off glass. It would have been almost just a layup. Chris, it mystifies me how players don't use that rectangle on the glass more often to make shots.
Second 0 of 3 from the floor. Barba Bay's got a seam, but then it closes up. Out to Emmanuel for 3 in the corner. That skims off the rim. And FDU's 0 of 5 from downtown. Ball out of bounds off Lemoyne. It'll stay Knights basketball in the front court, trailing by 6.
It looked like Zach Tekken had a chance at it, but was bumped. Not enough for a foul, but enough to throw him off by Nasaya.
Fouts is in for Niakundi, who put in some very good minutes out there. Didn't hurt himself, got a rebound or two. Chris Granozio, Don Familo, and our fantastic engineer Justin Miller being challenged this weekend, but doing a wonderful job as Lemoyne leads by 6. Nasaya faces the basket, now over to his right side, and his former Jefferson University teammate. Barba Bay launches a 3. It's short. Rebound on the floor, and not controlled by Morris, who tried to get it. He had a beat on it, but he ran out of real estate in front of his own bench, and Lemoyne will get it back. Dolphins were a plus 10 on the glass at the last media timeout. And this is a team that's been out-rebounded by almost 6 a game on the season. But, of course, they've been saddled with injuries.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons the rebounding's gotten better is because of O'Cypher Owens, who's been very active on both ends of the floor.
Fouts, driving, bumps, blocking foul called. And, boy, Jack Castleberry does not like that call, emphatically complaining to the officials here.
Yeah, I think that's a good call, though. The defender was backing up.
He was moving, yes. But if you want to look at who initiated the contact, it was clearly Fouts. So I'm good with it either way. You can make a case either way. 50-50 call, I think.
Yeah, I'm interested what Jack Sweeney thinks about that one. Like, it's the toughest call for an official is that block charge call on a play like that where both players are moving.
Right. So Fouts goes to the line for the first time today. A very good foul shooter. 76% for a big man.
Chris, that's the 4th foul on Nasaya, so he's got to go to the bench.
Yep, and they go a little smaller. Well, not that much smaller. Cameron Tweedy, 6'6". Nasaya, 6'8". So they lose 2 inches, but Tweedy, a very good player in his own right. And Nate Fouts misses the front end of the 1-and-1. So we're still stuck at 45-39 Lemoyne. What a tough game this is to watch. If you like offense and fluidity, not the game for you.
I've seen a lot of that in basketball this year. Teams just struggling to get any continuity offensively.
Barba Bay, shot clock to 7, finds Reynolds left wing. Wide open 3 around the rim and off. Emmanuel the putback, and boy, where would FDU be without him today?
Took it away from O'Cypher Owens, and now Dantzler gets up late. Trying to run it off.
15 for Joel Emmanuel now, as he's been terrific for the Knights.
Love his game. We saw last year how he was developing.
And last year he was more of a complementary piece. He was still a good player and scored quite a bit, but they had a lot of really good players on FDU last year.
So Dantzler goes to the bench.
Lemoyne seeing some pressure in the backcourt, and Tekken is tied up. Going to have a jump ball, and that'll be Lemoyne ball.
And by the way, it's Blakely who came in for Dantzler.
Last year, Terrence Brown was on the team, but more of a reserve player. So was Joel Emmanuel. He did start, but Ansley Almanor and Sean Moore got a lot of the defensive attention.
Oh, those two guys were fantastic.
Lemoyne leads by 4, 45-41, and they face the pressure in the backcourt again. Both teams are in the bonus, and we're at the midway marker right now. Blakely has to get it across, finds Fouts at half court, and now the pass is thrown out of bounds. So the pressure forces another Dolphin turnover, and the bugaboo continues for Lemoyne.
And they got it over half court, but then just a poor pass by Fouts.
And I think Tekken was moving forward, and the pass is behind him.
Tekken's got blood on the back of his jersey, so I think at the next whistle, he may have to leave the game to get that cleaned up.
But it's probably not his. It's on the back of his jersey.
I don't know whose it is.
Barba Bay pump fakes on a 3. Bounce entry, mid-post. Tweedy. Actually, Tweedy turnaround is short, and a foul is called on Lemoyne. And they're going to call Fouts on that one. And it'll be free throws with 9:37 to play in the second half. 45-41, Lemoyne leads. Cameron Tweedy to the stripe, where he is 1 out of 3.
And it looks like Willamika is going to come back into the game.
For Tekken.
Probably for Tekken. Yeah, it has to be for Tekken.
Free throw by Tweedy, no good off the back iron. He made his first free throw today, missed his next 3. Had a good game in the win against Wagner last week. 9 points, 3 rebounds off the bench.
Well, he actually comes in for Blakely.
Okay, so they're going to stick with the 2-point guard set for Lemoyne.
The 2 more experienced players at this point. A lot of time left.
2 transfers from Division I's in the Albany area. Albany and Siena. Second shot good by Tweedy. He's got 8 off the bench, and Lemoyne's lead is down to 3, 45-42.
More pressure, which is smart because it's worked. Lemoyne needs to attack that pressure and find a way to make FDU pay with some easy baskets.
They were about to once they got it across half court last time, but Fouts threw it away. Passing around the perimeter. Fouts to Owens. Takes a tough jumper at the foul line. No good, but he got pushed late by Emmanuel. And some questioning on the FDU sidelines about that call from Jimmy Gugas.
Well, that was a late call. Ball almost went in the basket.
Well, Emmanuel shouldn't have been anywhere around him because Owens put himself in a position where he had to shoot an off-balance shot. And he'll go back to the line where he is 5 out of 6 tonight. Got a game-high 17 points. Both teams with 8 team fouls now. So it's going to be a lot of free throws down the stretch. First shot is up and good. So O'Cypher Owens had a season-high 19 points in his last game. One more free throw will equal that feat. Last we saw, he had 6 rebounds.
So now they finally
notice.
see the blood.
Yeah, Tekken will now be asked to leave the game.
I'm surprised it took him so long to see the blood on the back of his uniform.
He's actually still in the game.
Well, I wonder. Well, they got 20 seconds to wrap him up.
Okay, that's what's happening.
Or to clean it up, and
he was still on the court, but being tended to by the athletic trainer.
Within 20 seconds, Brandon Makris cleaning off his jersey. But Chris,
more stoppage time.
It took him forever to notice. Like, we noticed it, 5-6 plays ago?
Yeah, second shot for Owens. Rims out. Maybe that delay threw him off. He's got 18, though, to lead all scorers. Lemoyne's lead is 4. And some pressure in the backcourt. They break it. Barba Bay, ball fake on a 3. Drives inside. Reverse layup, fouled there. So every play on both ends is going to be a foul, it looks like.
Well, that one was because Willamika got up in the air to try to defend that shot. And once again, Willamika uses his fouls judiciously. Yes, it's his 4th, but on 3 of them, they prevented what would have been easy baskets and forced FDU to go to the line.
So it'll be Tyree Barba Bay to the line for the first time. And he misses off the front rim. On the season, Barba Bay is an 84% foul shooter, so that's rare for him to miss that. He was born Ahmad Barba Bay. That's what he went by when he was at Division II Jefferson. Team that went to the NCAA tournament last year. I covered them as they made it. And Bismarck Messiah alongside him. Second shot is also no good. And the rebound ping-ponged to Darrick Jones Jr. Moyne by 4 with the basketball. In a game that's had no continuity or flow at all. Meant to say fluidity. Fouts. Up top to Amika. Amika jumps a pass over to Fouts. The 3 is in the air. Off the back iron. He didn't follow it. Ball comes free for a moment.
But it was a good look by Fouts.
Yeah, but you got to follow your shot. He could have had the easy offensive board there. Came right out to him.
The guy that followed the shot was Willamika, who
yeah,
almost came away with it. The
yeah.
littlest guy on the floor is showing a lot of activity under the basket.
Barba Bay, entry pass. And Emmanuel goes to work. Trying to work on Owens. Back up top to Barba Bay. Shot clock to 8. Barba Bay, trouble with the handle. Finds Tweedy on the backdoor cut. Good and a foul.
And the ball was bounced between Nate Fouts' legs. What an incredible pass.
And another foul on the Dolphins. The 3rd on Fouts. And it's the double bonus for FDU, though it is just an and 1 opportunity here. 10 points for Tweedy off the bench. He's the second night in double figures. And he can make it a 1-point game with a free throw here. Dolphins defense has been really good in the second half, but they have been a little too foul-ish.
Yeah, both teams a lot of fouls here in the second half.
Tweedy 2 of 5 from the line, now 3 of 6. 11 points for him, and the 6-point lead for Lemoyne is down to 1, 46-45.
Well, good thing they didn't call a lot of fouls in the first half, or both these teams would have some issues.
Yeah. Fouts throws the ball away. Another turnover by Lemoyne. And we have a media timeout with 8 minutes to go. FDU will have a chance to reclaim the lead when we get back. 8 minutes even on the clock. It's Lemoyne 46, FDU 45, and this is Dolphins basketball on the Lemoyne College Radio Network.
Shop to show off your green and gold pride in style. Featuring the latest Nike apparel and hundreds of different designs, the Dolphins Team Shop has you covered. Shop from the comfort of home or office at LeMoyneDolphins.com/shop.
Well, Lemoyne is out shooting FDU in the second half, 62% to 35%, but they're only up one, primarily because of the turnovers. Lemoyne has turned it over 15 times to FDU's 9, and the points off turnovers, Lemoyne's being punished 16-6.
What's interesting is that's only one more point for FDU, though, than the last media timeout, but it is taking away opportunities for Lemoyne to score, even if FDU's not scoring off them. When you're not shooting well, you need as many opportunities as you can get.
And FDU also helping Lemoyne's cause by going 9 of 17 at the line. So they have missed 6 here in the second half from the strike.
Karoma back in the game, but Cypher Owens is
1-3-1.
Yeah, and Cypher Owens is playing the 5 position under the basket, not Karoma.
So the Dolphins showing the different defense here. But a short corner pass to Tweedy. He's fouled on the second attempt, and there wasn't much contact there at all. And who's it on?
It's on Darrick Jones.
That's his
fourth.
So the Dolphins now with 3 players with 4 fouls, and this game just can't breathe. There are fouls called on just about every play.
Yeah, those.
And in the first half, they were letting a lot of this go, and I think we saw it kind of at the beginning of that game. We were thinking, Don, that if they let that happen, these players are going to start feeling like they're invited to play physically, and now they're going to penalize them for it.
Yeah, though I mean, he did get his hand on his arm, and he did miss the shot, so.
Tweedy can tie the game with this free throw and does. Makes 1 out of 2, 12 points for him. And we're all even at 46. I wouldn't call it a run, but it's a 7-1 spurt or crawl for FDU since Lemoyne led by 6. Amika is fouled on his drive, and it is amazing to me how this game has just degenerated into a foul shooting contest.
Well, Lemoyne right now has 3 players on the floor with 4 fouls apiece, and that's Amika, Jones, and Karoma.
Both Nate Champion to my left and Jack Castleberry in front of me are both complaining to the officials as Amika hits the front end of the 1-and-1. He'll get a second opportunity. And from here on out, both teams will be in the double bonus. There will be no more 1-and-1. Amika 3 of 3 from the line gives Lemoyne the lead back. But, yeah, when you know both head coaches are not happy with the calls, you know it's not been a crisply officiated game. Second shot good or no good by Will Amika.
And Chris, we're not saying that those weren't fouls, but those weren't called in the first half.
Right.
So players don't know how to play the game.
Right, they don't. That's what it is. And another foul is called, and Josh Anderson must be being paid by the whistle today.
Yeah, Dwayne Karoma just fouled out, reaching around to try to knock the ball away. There was a small amount of contact there, like, Caroma has to realize he's not going to get away with that here in the second half, even though he did in the first half.
Caroma fouls out of his third consecutive game, 5th on the season. 55 fouls for him on the season, and he leaves just 1 of 4 from the floor. You could say this was his worst game of the year.
Yeah, well, talking to him after the LIU game with one of his friends from Germany who said, in Europe, they don't call any of those fouls.
Yeah.
So Dwayne Caroma having to adjust to the way the game is called here in the United States.
So Jameel Morris ties it with his first point. He'll get another opportunity here, and he's good. Good free throw shooter. And now Lemoyne is down by the score of 48-47. Amika being bodied by Morris. Now it bounced to Owens, and we're at the 7-minute mark. Fouts back to the basket, working on Tweedy, and his pass is deflected out of bounds. Good hands by Tweedy. It'll be inbound play for Lemoyne with 12 on the shot clock, 6:57 on the game clock. This game we expected to be in the 70s or maybe 80s between the top offensive teams in the league, and right now, if any team gets to 60, it'll be astounding. Although with free throws, you might get it. The inbounds is to Amika. Gets the return handoff from Fouts. Takes the sideways jumper and knocks it down from 2.
Yeah, that you mentioned before, that's his shot. You can tell that's a shot that he has practiced who knows how many times. He looks so comfortable taking it.
So another lead change. Lemoyne up on the seesaw, 49-48. 6:35 to go. A three-pointer by Brown has been silent today. Missed it. Rebound on the weak side to Owens. Brown came in averaging over 21 points a game. He's got 6. Hasn't even shot much in this one. And a whistle again away from the ball. This one's a foul on FDU, and Lemoyne will go to the line for 2. And once again, I didn't see it. It was away from the ball, but now the officials are calling absolutely everything.
Dylan Jones got called for that one. And there's definitely been a change in the way the officials are calling it. It's not just that the players are a little more tired and reaching in.
Fouts misses the free throw.
And neither team doing a great job at the line.
Well, Lemoyne was doing pretty well. They were 9 of 12. They're now 10 of 14, 10 of 15 with that miss. Substitution as Reynolds is in for Tweedy, who's played very well off the bench for Jack Castleberry. One more shot coming for Fouts to try to double Lemoyne's 1-point lead. Shot is up and way short, but the rebound, a foul on FDU as Darrick Jones Jr. had a good angle to get his hand on the ball, and he was hit. Now we're getting fouls with no time coming off the clock, or 1 second.
And Fouts a pretty good free throw shooter. Rare that he misses 2.
He's 0 for 3 today. Missed the front end, too.
Looked like he over-adjusted on the second one. The first one was long, and the second one just short.
Yeah, came in at 76%. So now Darrick Jones Jr. will go to the line where he's 1 of 1 to complete that 4-point play before. And on the season, he is a 75% foul shooter coming in. First one up with the left hand and no good.
Of course. No one can make free throws now either as Nasiah comes back in the game for FDU.
So we have another 4-foul player into the game, but the only one for FDU. Jones gets one more free throw here. It is up, and it's good, and Lemoyne's up 2. 8 points for Darrick Jones Jr.
You know what's going to happen now, Chris?
What?
3-pointers going in, and we're going to have a Van Halen score.
We'll see.
Haven't seen a lot of them this year, but lately they've been picking
clusters of them, yep. Barba Bay lifts the leg, then gets it off to Morris. Out to the right side, Barba Bay at 3 in the air, and no good. And over the backboard, it'll go over to Lemoyne, which leads by 2. Well, no fouls on that play, at least, on that possession. We're under 6 minutes. Lemoyne nursing a 2-point lead. First home league game for the Dolphins, who are 0-1. FDU 1-0, and they won on the road last week at Wagner. Both teams had a bye last weekend. Amika takes a tough jumper and nails it from the right elbow. Amika with a great game off the bench, 9 points for him, and Lemoyne's up 4, doubling their lead. Amika had 12 points and 16 points in his first 2 games this year, and he had 6 points in his last 4 games combined before tonight. Nasiah back to the basket. Left blocks, throws a one-handed skip pass. Barba Bay 3 in the corner. That's an air ball. That's about the 3rd air ball from the corner that FDU has thrown today.
I think sometimes you're too open, you're not in rhythm and you just hoist something.
Great.
And that's happened a lot today.
And he's a 44% three-point shooter, best in the conference. Fouts almost walked with it, or a discontinued dribble. Still dribbling and kicking it back out. Shot clock's to single digits now. Lemoyne by 4, under 5 minutes. Hand off to Owens. Owens puts it on the floor, has a seam. Layup blocked off the glass by Messiah. Rebound to Fouts. Fadeaway shot, good!
1 second on the shot clock, and he had just enough to get it over the rim.
He's got 7 off the bench despite his 0 for 3 from the line, and Lemoyne's matched its largest lead, 54-48. It's a 7-0 run for the green and gold. Morris puts it on the floor. Got a seam, lays it up and in. Nice play for Jameel Morris for his first bucket. He's a sophomore from Willingboro, New Jersey. And if that sounds familiar to you older Lemoyne fans, that's where Robertine came from, one of Lemoyne's best point guards who led him to an NCAA tournament back in 1997.
This is an incredible call here,
What
Chris.
is it?
They're making a call against Jameel Morris for fouling A.J. Dantzler before Dantzler pushed Morris away. I mean, if you just saw the retaliation, it would have been on Dantzler. But the officials saw what happened before that.
And many times you'll see them call it on the retaliation. Oh, I missed the play, Don, so thanks for filling in. And Dantzler will go to the line. He's, let's see what he is, as he makes the first one. It's all 2-shot fouls the rest of the way for both teams. Dantzler's first trip to the line today. He's not made a 3. He came in as Lemoyne's best three-point shooter and the 6th most accurate three-point sniper on the season in the league. On the year, Dantzler is a 67% shooter coming in. And connects on both there. He's got 8 points. His first points in the second half. Lemoyne again up by 6, matching their largest lead. 4:19 to go. A bounce pass that's picked up by Emmanuel, and he's fouled. Almost a clean pick by Owens. But give credit to Emmanuel, who picked it up and got hit.
Yeah, he ended up behind Osifer Owens, and Owens just couldn't see him. He was out of position. Sometimes you just get lucky. Sometimes you get unlucky, and it was unlucky for Owens on that.
So Owens picks up his 3rd foul with 4:15 to go.
He's got 3. Fouts has 3. Amika with 4, and Jones with 4. They've been playing with 4 for the last 3.5 minutes.
Yep. First free throw is good for Joel Emmanuel. He's getting a lot of practice today.
Zach Tekken in the game for Amika.
He's played brilliantly today, Amika. Leads with 9 points. That's 2nd most on the team. Osifer Owens has twice as many. Second shot is up and good. So Emmanuel is, whatever he's done, he's certainly made the adjustment. He's got 17 now to lead FDU, 1 shy of Owens' game high. Lemoyne's lead is 4, 56-52. Zach Tekken, bounce pass left side to Fouts. See what the Dolphins draw up here. Fouts top of the key to Jones, right side. Jones met by Jones. Jones versus Jones. And his pass is deflected out of bounds by Dylan Jones. So it'll be an inbounds play for Lemoyne with 6 on the shot clock after our final media timeout. Lemoyne leads 56-52 over FDU in the home league opener. This is Dolphins basketball on the Lemoyne College Broadcast Network.
For over 30 years, we could probably put that number up to 35 years, Chris, members of the Dolphin Athletic Association have supported Lemoyne student athletes and their achievements both on and off the court. Learn more about how you can support the Dolphins by logging into LeMoyneDolphins.com today. And I say that 35 years because back when we were in school here, it was called the Gold Wave.
Yep.
Fundraising arm of the Lemoyne Athletics Department. You look at a game like this, Chris, and look over at the bench, and you really wish Trent Mascaro was available.
Yeah, he could have made a difference in this game for sure, but redshirting, and he's on crutches right now. We have this fun fact sent to us by Peter Desmond Hopkins, Lemoyne supporter and historian. Nate Champion and Jack Castleberry, they're the two head coaches today. They entered the season with the best winning percentages among active NEC coaches in league play. Both were 9-7 in league play. Both were tied last year. Lemoyne got the advantage of being
the tiebreaker.
With the tiebreaker, and they won the 4-5 game in last year's playoffs. First time they played since. Tekin gets it in with not a second to spare to Dantzler. Dantzler lost the ball going up, and a late whistle and a foul called.
Yeah, I think that's a good foul.
I think there was contact there because Dantzler doesn't lose the ball like that. Not a lot of contact, but enough with 4 on the shot clock, maybe less than that.
And 4 on the fouls on the player on Jameel Morris, who, again, picked up number 4 with 3:46 to go. He's got to be careful now.
So Dantzler back to the line where he just sank 2. Looking to become the second Dolphin in double figures, and he won't get it on this trip unless he gets a putback because he misses the first.
Yeah.
Lemoyne 13 of 21 from the line. FDU 14 of 23.
He's got a very soft free throw, which gives him an advantage. It bounced around, hit every part of the rim, but wouldn't go in.
That one does. He's got 9, and Lemoyne's lead is up to 5, 57-52.
A lot of
Brown works it up, high stepping as he brings it up on Zach Tekin. Works toward the basket. Hands off to Morris. Beautiful feed for Bismarck Nasai. Put it on the floor, lost it. Gets it back, goes up strong and is fouled with 3:28 to go. Boy, that's a couple of times Bismarck Nasai has had the ball way low on the hardwood, but made his strength. He was able to grab it, hang on, and draw the contact.
It's the 4th foul on Nate Fouts. Well, Nasai's done a nice job when he loses the ball down there, just reaching down, grabbing it with both hands, and making sure he has possession.
And he's strong enough to rip it away from anyone. So he'll go to the line to try to make this a one-possession game if he can sink both. Nasai is 2 of 2 at the line today, makes the first. Braden Reynolds in for FDU, a good three-point shooter, but he replaces an even better free throw shooter in Dylan Jones.
Well, he'll be in there on the defensive
right.
side. We'll see if Jones comes back in.
So Nasai misses the second, rebound by Owens. Lemoyne's lead is 4 with 3:23 to go in this foul-plagued second half. Fouts bounces the dribble, top of the key. Now finds Owens on the right side. Owens left alone, so he'll launch the 3. Off the back iron. And the tip comes to Fouts, who's alone down low. Bismarck Nasai with a great block. And now here's Brown coming downhill. Lays it up and in, and it's a 2-point game. Terrence Brown with 8 points, but wow, Nasai made that happen as he rejected that attempt by Fouts off the glass.
Yeah, Tekin couldn't get the rebound, but tipped it to Fouts, and Fouts just not enough to get it up over the rim. We've got a 30-second timeout called by FDU.
And we'll keep it here. Fans coming up after the conclusion of this crazy game. It'll be the Wegmans postgame show where we delve into the stats, speak with head coach Nate Champion, and announce our Wegmans star of the game, our Brooklyn Pickle sub of the game, our IBEW top rebounder, and our Finn's Hospitality top assister. Right now, Lemoyne clinging by a field goal, 57-55, under 3 minutes.
And we see what we always see from a Jack Castleberry team, a team that fights every second, doesn't give up, scrappy, keep coming back in this game just like the Dolphins did earlier in this half.
They don't press as much as they did last year or 2 years ago under Tobin Anderson.
No, but they still play aggressively defensively. They've trapped a little bit, but like as you mentioned, not a lot of full court pressure.
So what a great gamble by Jack Castleberry to put Bismarck Nasai back in with the 4 fouls. He's come away with 2 big block shots down the stretch.
And made free throws.
Yep. Well, he made 1 out of 2. Yeah.
Well, in this game, if you make 1 out of 2, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Lemoyne will put it in play in full court pressure, as we said. Amika back in with 4 fouls. He speed dribbles past Morris into the front court. And the double team comes. Trouble and a timeout called by FDU?
No, by Nate Fouts.
Well, why are they pointing to the FDU bench?
They were pointing to Nate Fouts.
Okay.
Which, you know, from where the official was, is pointing toward the FDU bench.
Well, we'll keep it here. Lemoyne leading 57-55 in a taffy pull of a game.
Yep, Lemoyne had 3 timeouts left, so no reason to not take one there. Make sure that they didn't lose possession on that double team, and now they'll draw something up to come out from the sideline.
Effective trapping pressure for FDU. Right now in the game, Joel Emanuel leads FDU with 17 points. Off the bench, Cameron Tweedy with 11. Lemoyne has 1 player in double figures. Cypher Owens with a game-high 18 after a slow start. And a couple players have 9 points, A.J. Dantzler and Will Amika. Darrick Jones Jr. has 8, all coming here in the second half after not even attempting a shot in the first half due to 2 quick fouls. And this is a battle of attrition with lots of players in deep foul trouble. Owens is one of them with, well, actually he has just 3 fouls for Lemoyne, but he'll inbound. Dolphins would love a score here after giving up that basket to give them a little bit of a pad. They find Fouts flashing in the lane, working on Bismarck Desai, and he flips it back up top to Owens. They'll reset.
Didn't like his position, even though he's right under the basket.
Wide pass reeled in by Jones. Now Fouts passes to Jones, down low, double team comes, back out to the corner. Here's Owens with a shot, off glass, no good, and the rebound is by Brown.
You could have called a foul there, but they decided not to.
Brown into the lane, lost the ball, but also got hammered, and will go to the line for 2 to try to tie the game.
Well, Amika just fouled out. It also looked like he might have traveled, but there was contact there. And very disappointed Will Amika, who's played really well today.
Second Dolphin to foul out today, 12th on the season. And Zach Tekken will check in, and Lemoyne's, again, hanging on to a 2-point lead, but this could be a tie game in mere moments as Terrence Brown, who's got 8 points in the game, well shy of his league-leading 21.5 point per game average, makes the first.
He's the guy you want at the line right now.
Top scorer in the league, number 4 rebounder, number 7 assister, number 1 steals man, number 2 in minutes, an all-rookie team player in the NEC last year, and he ties the game. Second player double figures, actually the third for FDU. We're all even at 57.
And now some pressure by FDU.
Yeah, we saw it the last trip too. Tekken works it up to Fouts on the left side. Ball fakes and lost the ball. Another turnover. Dylan Jones gets the easy steal, and the pass is deflected out of bounds by Dantzler. It'll stay FDU ball in front court, and the Dolphins losing their composure here. Again, the turnovers have been a problem all year long. They average over 15 a game, and they've got well over that today. 57 all. Lemoyne needs a stop. Inbounds to Dylan Jones. He'll regather in the backcourt.
2
Watched
minutes
by
to
Tekken.
go.
Yep.
Each possession now becomes more important.
We haven't seen Robbie Carmody in the entire second half. Not sure why. Joel Emanuel puts it on the floor, drives right baseline, choked off, kicks it back out. Nasiah Paul fake on a 3. Slips inside, layup good for the lead with 1:40 to go.
Well, Fouts can't go for that fake. He's got to let Nasiah take the 3. Don't let him go to the basket.
It's a 9-1 run for FDU to regain the lead at 59-57. Fouts backing in, and the man falls down underneath him. We're going to call blocking foul.
Yeah,
that could have been a charge because Dylan Jones took the contact.
But he was in that half circle.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. So Fouts will go to the line, and he can tie it up with 1:26 to play, but he's been really struggling at the line, 0 for 3 today, including the front end of a 1-and-1. The redshirt sophomore from Skinny Atlas studies it, shoots it, and hits. Nate Fouts now with 8 off the bench. One more shot coming that can tie the game. It is up. It is good. So Nate Fouts now with 9. Third player on Lemoyne with 9 points. Joining A.J. Dantzler and Will Amika, who fouled out. This shot is off the rim. It comes out long to FDU. 17 on the shot clock. Dylan Jones bounces to Bismarck Desai. Drives inside. Off-balance shot. No good. Tapped up. Almost in, but it comes to Owens. Lemoyne tie game under a minute to go.
Lemoyne has 2 timeouts, and they're going to use one right now.
Good defense for Lemoyne that trip. And Braden Reynolds checks in for defense for FDU. And let's see what Nate Champion draws up. He's got to come up with some kind of a play where Lemoyne gets at least a good open look, if not contact driving to the hole. Because that's almost a guarantee now in this game. You're going to get a whistle if you take it hard to the hole. Bismarck Desai on the last play, a really good take, just a little too strong on the shot. It was almost tipped up and in, but the rebound came out to Owens, and Lemoyne calls the timeout. So with 56.4 seconds to go, it'll be a Lemoyne ball. Let's do a reset for you. Both teams have long been in the double bonus. The possession arrow favors the Knights, should it come to that. And as far as timeouts are concerned, 1 apiece.
An ineffective Robbie Carmody, Chris, is on the bench with the team. He's in the huddle right now, but we haven't seen him, as you mentioned, at all here in the second half. Hopefully it's not an injury issue.
He has missed a lot of time in the second halves of games this year for various reasons. Injuries, some foul issues. But right now, Nate Champion, whether he has to or not, he's going with the unit he's got. And we'll see. They come back to the floor with Fouts, Jones, Tekken, Dantzler, and Owens. FDU still huddling to our right.
Yeah, they still have their chairs on the floor.
Yep.
So you know what? I mean, if they don't come out to the second whistle, in the old days, the official would hand the ball to the team on offense and just let them score.
If you're curious about overtime games, FDU has not played one this year. Lemoyne played one and then some. They had a triple overtime game here against Army and lost 103-100.
Yeah, Lemoyne doesn't want that today with the foul trouble that they have.
No.
2 players already disqualified.
Tekken works it across, watched by Brown. Still dribbling.
They want to get it to Owens down low.
He's posting. 12 seconds to shoot. Dantzler feeds, Fouts down low, and it goes off his fingers, out of bounds. Another Dolphin turnover.
It was tipped, I think, by Nasaya off of Fouts. Great play by FDU, but it looks like they're going to review this. They're going to review this.
You might as well. You got the video to your benefit, so why not?
Way to see, just to make sure that it went off Fouts' fingertips. And both teams get another free timeout.
Of course. This game is well over 2 hours now. 2 hours and 11 minutes old, and we're still not near the end line, or the finish line. 39.2 seconds to go. If the call stands, it'll be FDU ball, and there will be a 9.2 shot clock to game clock differential. That is at least the 17th turnover for Lemoyne.
If it stands.
If it stands. And we'll get another indication momentarily. More exciting action from NEC conference play coming up on Sunday when Lemoyne hosts Mercyhurst. We invite you to come out here and cheer on the Dolphins, but if not, tune us in at 1:45 for the King and King Courtside Show on Fox Sports Radio or NEC Front Row. 2 o'clock for the tip, as Don and I will bring you the action. Officials still taking second and third looks at that play.
So Robbie Carmody not on the floor here in the second half. Fred Bogotskis also has not gotten minutes, and
I think he played 14 seconds.
He is available. If Lemoyne gets deeper into foul trouble, he could put him in the game. But I think right now Nate Champion doesn't want him in the game cold.
Yeah, he actually played a minute 19 in the first half, toward the end of the first half, and had zeros across. 59-59 the score. Lemoyne is led by as many as 6. FDU by as many as 10. Lemoyne looking for its first win when trailing at the half this year. They're 0-10 in such games. And it will be FDU ball.
And Nate Fouts, who has 4 fouls now, can't go for the head fake by Nasaya. If he wants to take a 3 out there, that's a better choice than letting him go to the basket.
Terrence Brown goes to the basket. Layup off the rim, ripped down on by Owens. A couple players slow getting up. And now Lemoyne can play for the win. Let's see if they call a timeout or not. Nope, they don't. 20 seconds to go in regulation.
They won't unless they have to, because they don't want FDU to be able to set their defense.
12 seconds to go. Lemoyne looking for the win. Tekken driving, kick out, right side. 3-pointer, Jones for the win. No good, it's short. Nasaya the rebound. 3 seconds to go. Into the front court. Here's the off-balance shot for the win. No good by Brown, and we're going to overtime. Well, Lemoyne is lucky there because they took the shot too early. They gave FDU a good look.
They gave him 3.5 seconds. They let him get down the court too quickly, but you want.
Got that information here somewhere.
So here we go with the rare occurrence of another jump ball.
Lemoyne in overtime games all time, 49-70, 25-33 at home.
Well, they'd like to make those numbers kind of even and make it 50-70.
Well, we'll see if they can earn it. A lob to Owens, left baseline, working on Emmanuel, falling down, and it's going to be called for a travel.
Yep. And Emmanuel did a nice job of backing away without making any contact, so he couldn't be called for a foul.
Lemoyne has now turned it over twice as often in this game than their counterparts, 18-9, and that is not a good thing.
Nope, they've got to make up for that with other types of play.
Morris gives up the dribble, finds Dylan Jones, who hit 2 threes earlier in the game, including a banked-in 3, and hasn't scored since. Baseline drive, the reverse layup no good, but the follow-up slam by Nasaya. And FDU grabs the lead back.
And now a steal on not on the inbounds, but on the pass.
And here's a 3 by Dylan Jones that's good, a 5-point possession. Dylan Jones with 9 points, and Lemoyne's down 5.
Yeah, the steal was not on the inbounds, but it was on the second pass.
Second to the foul line, gets the return pass, and a timeout. No, a foul is called underneath as looks like Fouts was discarded. Terrence Brown called for his second.
The Fouts will go to the line.
Yep. Well, it stops the clock with an even 4 minutes to go, but Lemoyne with a disastrous start to the overtime period. A turnover and 5 points on the other side. Lots of time left, though. First shot by Fouts. In and out. He's had a terrible day at the line. 2 of 6. Came in at 76%. Still looking for the double-double. He's got it. 10 points, 10 rebounds. Lemoyne down 4, and they need stops. And they see pressure in the backcourt, and Zek Tekin, soccer style, kicks it over to the bleachers. It'll be Knights basketball.
It's a heck of a kick by Tekin.
Lemoyne has not beaten a Division I opponent at home this year. Hard to believe.
Well, they'll have more opportunities if they finally get some more home games.
Yep. Brown working it against Dantzler. Met on a switch by Owens. Now Emmanuel works at left blocks. Back out to Brown. Brown quickly into the lane. Shot is up and good, and a foul.
A late call, but probably a good one, as Owens was on his back. Didn't have position.
And that is on Owens, his 4th. So it goes from bad to worse for Lemoyne. Brown gets the basket on the great drive to the hole, and then a free throw to boot. And he has not been a factor in this game offensively until overtime. 6-point lead for FDU, a minute and a half into overtime. Shot is good, and now Lemoyne's down 3 scores.
That's where you love to have your superstar to take over at the most important times of the game. For Lemoyne, that guy has been O'Cypher Owens, but he's got 4 fouls now. Still plenty of time. Lemoyne's got to make some baskets and get some stops like they were doing the first part of the second half.
They led by 6 for 3 or 4 times down the stretch in regulation. Jones not open in the corner, well defended. Now it's Owens, pass around left side. Dantzler will let fly with a 3. He needs it, and he's got it. H.8 Dantzler with a big bucket brings Lemoyne within 4. His first 3 of the game, and he's now the second Dolphin in double figures, the third actually with 12. Brown working it up on Tekin.
Wide open shot. Lemoyne's got to take the open shots that are there instead of fighting through contested ones.
Emmanuel backing in, whips a pass to the right corner. Now up to Brown. Brown behind the back dribble to the lane, lays it up, left it short, but he got the call again, and Dantzler is called for the foul. His first.
Yeah, they're calling everything now.
Yep, well, no, it's been that way most of the game.
No, I mean everything now. But again, players are a half step slower here late in the game here in overtime and Dantzler, not great position, makes it an easy call.
If you make any drive to the basket in this game, you're going to be rewarded with free throws. Terrence Brown to the line where he's 3 of 3, makes the first. 14 points for him. Little by little, he's sidling up to his average.
Well, if we keep going more overtimes, he might reach his average.
It's amazing how poorly Lemoyne has played in their history in overtime. Second shot good. 15 points for Brown. Lemoyne down 6. 2:44 to go. They haven't gotten any stops here in overtime. Tekin puts it on the floor. Scoop layup good. His first points of the game. Zach Tekin.
Joel Emmanuel didn't want to foul him and just kind of let him go by.
69-65.
And if you're FDU, that's okay. You don't mind trading baskets.
Brown around a screen. Whips a pass to the left wing. Morris. Bounce entry Emmanuel. He likes to work those left blocks. Spinning on Fouts. Goes up strong. Layup off the rim. Rebound batted out, and Owens picks it off the floor. Lemoyne needs to run here. Dantzler with a tough shot. Blocked out of bounds by Nasaya. Another great defensive play by the former Jefferson Ram.
Using his athleticism.
That is his third block shot of the game. They've all come down the stretch.
All in important plays.
69-65. Lemoyne trails under 2 minutes now. They need a basket here to make it a one-possession game and hope for stops. Dantzler, elbow jumper, in and out. Tekin the rebound, put back, good and a foul! Tekin didn't score in the first 43 minutes of this game, and now he's a chance for 5 points in the last 2 trips.
What a bizarre offensive rebound in the air, athletically put it in the basket without having to come back down on the floor.
And the foul is on Jameel Morris. He has fouled out of the game.
And Jack Castleberry, who he's got 2 bottles here, Chris, one with iced tea in it and one with water. He's been switching back and forth. I think he needs to drink something stronger.
Zach Tekin, one of the best free throw shooters in the league, 6th best at 80%, will go to the line to try to complete the three-point play. More importantly, bring Lemoyne to within 1 with 1:46 to go. Dolphins trail by as many as 7 here in overtime, but they're on the doorstep still. Shot is up and good. Three-point play converted. 5 overtime points for Zach Tekin, and it's back to a 1-point game, 69-68. In overtime period number 1. We've been down this road before. Nasaya up high, guarded by Fouts. Both men with 4 fouls. Bounce to the back door. Layup good by Brown.
He just went around Fouts, and Nate can't do anything about that. And Darrick Jones Jr. couldn't pick him up, didn't want to pick up his 5th foul.
Still a one-possession game. Fouts, right side, three-pointer for the tie. Bullseye! Nate Fouts with a big play. He's got 13, and Lemoyne's tied it up at 71. They've come from 7 down in overtime. Now Nasaya makes the move toward the basket. Little flip shot, good. He's been really good at that his whole career. Nasaya now in double figures with 11. Timeout by Jack Castleberry and FDU. 1 minute even on the clock. Lemoyne down 2, and they'll have the basketball when we get back. Well, we'll stay here. We got nothing else to say.
Well, we really don't have any timeouts, but we can read
while
them.
I grab some drink.
So, Justin Miller, don't worry. We'll keep it here as he's probably scurrying to find spots to play. Dolphin fans begin each week by reading the Sunday Playbook on X at the Lemoyne Way. Posted each Sunday evening, each week's entry features an inspirational quotation and explanation aiming to enlighten, encourage, and inspire all who read it. Be sure to follow the Sunday Playbook on X at the Lemoyne Way. And, if you're the Dolphins here, you certainly have to keep it a one-possession game, but coming down the stretch, are you going to play for the tie or the win? I think you got to go for the win. Lemoyne short-handed here. It's tough for Nate Fouts to guard Bismarck down low, and it's tough for O'Cypher Owens to switch off of Joel Emmanuel to help out. Those 2 guys, those 2 big guys, are very athletic.
Lemoyne trailing by 2 with 1 minute even on the clock. Again, a possession arrow will favor FDU if there's a tie-up. Zach Tekin will work it up. Lemoyne needs a score here to tie or take the lead. Tekin with the hunchback dribble, now hands off to Owens. Fouts top of the key. Left side pass, it's Tekin. Tekin, speed dribble, lost the ball, got it back. In the paint, spins, A shovel pass to Fouts. Back out to Tekin. 6 seconds to shoot. Tekin cups the ball, is fouled, and will go to the line with 4 on the shot clock. Great resilience by Tekin, who kept on dancing in the lane with a dribble. Somehow he hung on to it, then cupped it under and got the contact.
Rolled around to the basket.
Emmanuel picks up his 4th foul.
Now, even if Tekin makes these 2 free throws to tie the game, 33.9, there's such a small difference between shot clock and game clock. FDU can play for the last shot.
Yep. So
if Lemoyne doesn't make both of these free throws, Chris, I think they need to foul right away and extend the game. They don't have a lot of guys on the floor that can reach in and foul, however.
First shot coming for Tekin. It's good off the back rim. Zach Tekin has been a marvel here in the in the overtime. He did not score in the first 43 minutes.
Yeah, he didn't play a lot.
Now he's got 6 points, maybe 7, if he can tie it here. The shot is up, and it rattles in. 7 points for Tekin, all in the overtime period. And Lemoyne calls a timeout with 33.9 to play. They have 1 timeout left, so does FDU. And now, I wonder if Nate Champion's going to set up the press. It's risky because you got a lot of players in foul trouble.
Well, you have to not give FDU a chance to just milk the shot clock down and then take a good look because you don't have a chance to answer. We'll talk after the game and find out what the strategy is. By the way, Zach Tekin played 5 minutes and 9 seconds in the first half, so at least he's well rested.
That's true.
And only has 2 fouls.
And he's an energy guy for sure. And
he's got 2 fouls, and Dantzler has 1. So if something happens here and Lemoyne needs to foul, those are the guys that need to do the fouling.
Correct.
Everybody else on the floor will be disqualified.
Isn't it funny how we started the broadcast by highlighting the fact that these are the 2 best offensive teams in the league? FDU averages 77.8 points a game, Lemoyne 74.4, and the entire regulation was well below what it should have been, and now we're getting up there at 73-73, and the winning team's going to have at least 74 points, so it's going to be closer to the average numbers, though the route getting there was not pretty.
See how
Barba Bay will inbound.
Moyne is putting some pressure on.
They get it to Emmanuel, and now Barba Bay is a very good ball handler. Works it up. He was a swing man for Jefferson, recruited by the legendary Hall of Fame coach Herb McGee.
So now that they've crossed half court, Lemoyne's just going to play this with their defense.
About a 3-second differential, shot clock to game clock. Brown now gets to the Messiah. Hands back to Brown. Brown, he got away with a walk. Messiah with an off-balance shot. It's an air ball, and a foul is, it's a shot clock violation with 1.9 to go, and Lemoyne will inbound.
Well, they got to put
time on the clock, too.
They'll review it.
Wow, Brown took a couple of steps before he passed that off. That should have been a turnover.
This video review, once again, sponsored by the Mooney Marketing Group. Let them review and elevate your brand, Mooney Marketing. They manage your marketing while you manage your business.
They put 3.9 on the clock. Lemoyne has to go 90 feet to get a potential winning shot off. Otherwise, we're going double overtime. Well, of course, they have to also guard against a turnover that could lead to a winning basket the other way.
Well, Lemoyne's going to use their final overtime timeout, at least first overtime timeout, to set something up.
They got to get the ball in bounds now because they don't have a timeout to bail them out if they can't. And you're going to have it in the front court. You don't want FDU to have a potential shot in the front court if you can't get it in.
Yeah, I think you're going to try to throw the ball down around half court, somebody cutting to the ball to flip it to somebody else going to the basket. We'll see what happens here.
What a game. Lemoyne's first home NEC game in their second year of transitioning to Division I against the team that they ousted last year in the first round of the NEC tournament. And it's given us everything we could have wanted except some fluidity.
So we know Robbie Carmody, we're not going to see him here in the rest of the game because he doesn't have his brace on his left shoulder anymore.
So he must have gotten re-injured.
Something must have happened there that he's...
Dolphins can't get a break. They've played one game with their full roster, not counting Mosquera and Rowe, who are redshirting. So Lemoyne's got to get it in bounds. They do to Tekin. Tekin speed dribbles into the front court. He's fronted. The three-pointer for the win! It's around the rim and out! Nate Champion spins his head, and we're going to double overtime. Lemoyne, though, battles back from 7 down in that first overtime period. So,
those are the 5 that are on the floor right now. And I think Nate Champion's going to ride them as long as he can.
The last time Lemoyne played a double overtime game was in January of 2014 against Pace. They won here 87-79. Ball's tipped out of bounds. They're going to say it's FDU ball.
Yeah, Lemoyne wants it reviewed, but I think that's a good call. Zach Tekken was trying to steal the call, but I think his hand was on it last. He's got a big grin on his face.
So FDU will have it in front court. Fresh shot clock. 4:57 to play in overtime period number 2. Officials still conferring. We are now 2 hours and 35 minutes into this basketball game.
You know, win or
baseball games are shorter than this now.
You know, win or lose, FDU has to go home after this game.
That's right.
They're not going to be home
it's
until
a tough
tomorrow.
Turnaround, yeah. And it's not a short trip either. Bismarck Nasayo has had a great game after the intermission.
And a great name.
Emmanuel puts it on the floor, working on O'Cypher Owens with the 4 fouls. Leans into him, lays it up and in.
And Cypher got up in the air and had to back off to not pick up that 5th foul.
19 points for Emmanuel. Lemoyne down again, 75-73. They never led in the overtime period number 1. But they tied it twice at 71-73. Fouts gets by Nasaya, goes to the lane, high arcing shot, off glass and good. Nate Fouts with 15. And Lemoyne's even at 75. And both teams now kind of just feeling themselves out. Brown to the hole, lays it up and in. And that's, again, Lemoyne just with the Olay defense.
Yeah, the O'Cypher Owens underneath that time. Again, didn't want to pick up foul number 5. Hoping that he'll just miss the layup.
Brown now with 19. Getting up to his average of 21.5, though Lemoyne really kept him in sync. Another turnover, a low pass from Tekken through the legs or near the legs of Fouts and out of bounds. So another turnover. Hopefully it won't be a costly one for Lemoyne, but it's now 20-10 in miscues.
And it is 20 with overtime, but it's only been 5 minutes.
3 by Dylan Jones in the corner is good, and now it's a 5-point game. Jones hit a 3 to make it a 5-point game in the first overtime. Now he does it again, and he's got 12. Tekken driving, hands off. Here's Jones flipping it up and in. He had to kind of hesitate in midair. But Darrick Jones Jr. has 10. He's the 4th Dolphin in double figures.
Well, Lemoyne needs to attack the basket as well because there's some foul trouble by FDU, but they have to take good shots and not force it.
Here's a 3 by Jones again, straight on, off to the right this time. Rebound by Owens. These players have to be exhausted.
Yeah, Jones just forced that shot up.
But he can make it from anywhere.
FDU with a lead, they can be patient.
Dantzler's fouled. The shot off the lip of the rim, and he'll go to the line for 2. Nice move off the baseline, and Dantzler will go to the stripe to try to make Lemoyne's deficit a little bit smaller. So the 4th foul on Dylan Jones. So Dantzler to the stripe, where he is 3 out of 4. First one up and good. He's got a baker's dozen. The sophomore out of Indianapolis will get one more to bring Lemoyne to within 1 if he can make it. Shot is up and good. 14 for Dantzler. Came in averaging about 8.8 points per game.
And now FDU, they don't have to force it. They can take their time, take their best first good look.
So Lemoyne with 4 straight to cut that 5-point deficit to 1. Brown gets it out to Barba Bay. Now Jones to Brown, baseline, shimmy shake, one-handed pass out to Barba Bay for a 3. That's good. And Lemoyne's getting killed by the 3 ball. Barba Bay had a 3-pointer in the first half and no points until then. Boy, there was a foul there, and Josh Anderson, probably a little tired himself, blows the whistle for the 80th time today and calls the foul, the reach in on Dantzler, or on against.
They're calling it on Bismarck Nasaya, but they're going to check it to make sure they get the right guy.
If it's on Nasaya, it's number 5.
This is our record, who knows how many, Mooney Marketing video reviews.
It's definitely a record.
Because we've had some during timeouts when we've been at timeouts where we haven't made the read, but all of our video reviews sponsored by the Mooney Marketing Group. Let them review and elevate your brand.
So we're in our second overtime. Lemoyne has not had the lead after regulation. In fact, they had to tie it to force overtime.
And they've changed it. It's not on. It's on number 20.
So it's on Dylan Jones who fouls out.
Yeah, and he looks up exasperated, like, really? They had to change it and call it on me?
Well, if you're Castleberry, you're happy it's on him and not Messiah because he's been the more effective player. And he's played a lot of minutes down low with the 4 fouls.
Sure. It's just Dylan Jones who's disappointed.
Yeah. So free throws coming for Dantzler. He just made 2. If he makes a couple more here, he would have the deficit from 4 to 2. 2:23 to play. Still a lot of time in this game that won't end.
And if you're Dylan Jones, it's like, if they didn't have replay, I'd still be in that game.
For last Nate Champion in the postgame about Robbie Carmody's status. Again, not able to play here in the second half and overtimes. First shot is up and no good by Dantzler. Boy, Lemoyne needs to get free throws to go down.
It definitely needs this one to make it a one-possession game again. Lemoyne's got to get stops. It's hard to do when all your players are in foul trouble
and exhausted.
They're hampered on defense.
Second shot good, so 15 for Dantzler. Lemoyne down 83 to 80, and you're right. They've got to get a stop here. Braden Reynolds works it up, watched by Tekken. Screen set by Emmanuel. Now Brown lobs it to Emmanuel, mid-post. He likes that left post, foul line extended. And the ball is almost swatted away, but it's a beautiful pass over the defense to Bismarck Messiah. He misses short, hits the underside of the rim, I believe.
Yeah, too far under the basket.
And here's Tekken, feeds Owens down low, the reverse layup good, and it's a one-point game again. Owens now with 20, a season high. 6 shy of his career high, and Lemoyne's down 83-82. Boy, the resiliency, win or lose, has been amazing.
Both teams.
Brown working on Dantzler. They're going to call a cylinder foul.
Pretty late call, but he did have his hands on him.
So the second foul on Dantzler will send Brown back to the line. Second foul, as we said, and what? So Terrence Brown, who's a perfect 5 of 5 from the stripe, will go back there. For a game that he really struggled in, he's really having a great end to it.
Yeah, and overtime is making this the offensive display that we expected.
First free throw good. He's got 20 points. One more will bring him right around his seasonal average of 21.5. Shot is up and good. So he's got 21, and Lemoyne's down 3 again. 85-82. 1:38 to play. In overtime period number 2. Tekken works on Braden Reynolds. Goes up strong, misses the shot. That was a wild shot.
Yeah, there was some contact there, but the shot was wild. I think it's a good no call.
Tekken's been brilliant in the overtime periods, but that was not a great play.
Lemoyne needs a stop here. FDU has 2 timeouts, so if they get in trouble, they certainly can use one.
But yeah, if Lemoyne gives up a basket here, they're really looking at 9 miles of hard road. Brown finds Barber Bay, left side, 3-pointer in the air, off to the back side of the backboard, no good. And he was wide open. But again, players are playing tons of minutes. Easy for us to criticize. Oh boy, Dantzler was hit there, no call.
Yeah, it also could have been an illegal screen on Nate Fouts, but they haven't called one of those all game.
Fouts top of the key. No, he throws the pass intended for Owens, who somehow gets it, but he short arms the layup.
Jack Castleberry was upset because Nate Fouts was wide open for the 3 and then ecstatic that he didn't take it.
So another bad break for Lemoyne. It's not a turnover, but it might as well have been because Owens was alone under the basket, reeled in a tough pass that was high, and then he quickly forced the shot up, rushed it up. And now FDU can really take a stranglehold on this game if they can score. Even a free throw makes it a 2-possession game with 41.2 to play.
Yeah, if Lemoyne wants to play defense on this possession and not foul, and I suspect they will for a number of reasons, not the least of which is their guys are in foul trouble. They can't allow a basket because if they do, at the end of the shot clock, there'll be enough time to get the ball up the court twice, but it'll be very difficult to do that twice. You're probably going to have to foul and hope that FDU misses. So this possession on defense for Lemoyne is extremely important. Fouts is frustrated as well. But he didn't feel the shot, and he saw Owens open down low.
It was an unselfish play. Can't fault him for it, but the pass was very high.
It wasn't perfect, and Owens just falling backwards a little bit. He's got to be exhausted as well, Chris. He actually came out of the game in the first half, but still will play over 40 minutes today.
We've seen a couple of guys do that for Lemoyne. Someone played 46 minutes for the Dolphins. I think it was Osipher Owens in the game against Army. Shot clock's at 19, game clock at 31. And now they're going to force the turnover. Zach Tekin goes up against Emmanuel. No, he hands off. And another missed layup for Owens. He's got the rebound again. Fouled. Boy, the Dolphins living a charmed life as Owens, who must be exhausted out there, continues to short arm layups. But his great reflexes and determination to grab those offensive boards give him a chance at the free throw line with 21.3 to go. And Lemoyne needing these points. How about that flash double team coming up to force the turnover?
Yeah, and Zach Tekin, of course, a master at steals for Lemoyne this year.
Yep, he had 4 in one half against Binghamton.
So an exhausted Osipher Owens at the line. Could be tough for him to make these free throws. Joel Emmanuel has fouled out.
Third player to foul out for FDU.
But Bismarck Nasai is still in the game, which is important.
Owens misses the first.
Again, he's exhausted.
Yep.
He's really got to make this one.
He's 6 of 9 from the line now. Lemoyne down 3 with 21.3 to go. Second shot, good. So he's got 21 to tie Brown for game high.
Lemoyne takes the timeout because if FDU gets the ball past half court, the Dolphins have to foul. And
Jacob Blakely checks in, most likely to foul.
And, you got another guard in the game that maybe can help force another turnover. And Fred Paul Bogatskis coming into the game.
Well, he's a three-point specialist.
And he can foul. He has 0 fouls in the game.
That's right.
So I think Lemoyne looking to extend the game. If they can't get a steal, once the ball gets over half court, they will have to foul. They don't want Osipher Owens to foul.
And by the way, if there is a tie-up, it'll be Lemoyne ball this time because FDU won the tap for the second overtime. 1 timeout left for FDU, none for Lemoyne. So whatever happens here defensively for the Dolphins, they'll have to come up court.
Bogatskis is in for Osipher Owens, so that's good. There's no way Owens can pick up his 5th foul while he's sitting on the bench. So Lemoyne really looking to play the foul game here. Darrick Jones Jr. has 4, but nobody else out there would foul out if they have to foul.
So who's going to inbound? Okay, it's going to be Barba Bay from the corner. No, it's going to be Tweedy who gets it in, and they get it to Brown, and he'll be fouled and go to the line for 2, where he is a perfect 7 of 7 today. Tekin picks up foul number 3, 20.5 on the clock.
And not much you can do about that. You really had to foul him.
Mm-hmm.
And now Fouts and Owens will come back in the game. They really had to foul him, but he hasn't missed his free throws. And if he makes both, it's a 2-possession game. Now, with 20 seconds left, that's enough time to get the ball down the court a couple of times.
Yep.
But at some point, if Lemoyne's going to play this game, they've got to hit threes.
If they're going to win it.
They're going to have to hit threes or hope that there's a missed free throw.
Well, Brown is not missed yet. He's got 8 for 8.
And, Chris, I don't think he's touched rim on any of them.
I don't think so either. Fouts is in for Bogatskis, and Blakely is out for Owens. That was for the foul game. And now Lemoyne on offense after this free throw, they hope. Got to also box out in case it's a miss. But right now, Brown can put his team up 2 possessions. Shot is up and good. He's been perfect. 23 for him, a game-high total.
And that's been the difference here in overtime.
Lemoyne down 4. Tekin down low. Shot rejected by Bismarck Nasai on a backhand. Up ahead, and here is a dribble out. It's smart of Brown to not go up for the layup, just wait for the foul to come. And Nate Fouts is now fouled out of the game.
And now, if he makes both free throws, it's still a 2-possession game. But with 9 seconds left, it's hard to get the ball down the court twice.
So Fouts departs with 15 points and the 5 fouls. Brown goes back to the line, where he can make this a 2-possession. Well, either way, it's going to be a 2-possession game. 9 seconds to go. It's looking pretty tough for Lemoyne to come back in this.
Even if he doesn't make these free throws, you got to get the ball down court twice in 9 seconds. Not easy to do.
Shot is good. Lemoyne, up until this game, or up until the league opener at LIU, had never lost 3 in a row since making the transition to Division I. They've now lost 3 in a row, and they're looking at their first 4-game losing streak as a Division I team. Second shot up and good. He's been perfect at the line, 11 of 11, 25, well above his seasonal average now. Dantzler in the corner, a three-pointer in the air, and good. Nice-looking shot. It makes it a 3-point game with 2.7 to go, unless there's a steal here.
Lemoyne's got to steal the inbound.
Yep, and they don't. Barber Bay gets it, and he's fouled with 1.1 on the clock, and that should just about do it.
So if Lemoyne could have made a couple more free throws in that overtime, maybe the ending's a little different.
And if they don't go 0 for 12 from the three-point line in the first half. And, again, you play this game when you lose the game, but all the turnovers.
Yeah, I'm not just thinking of the first. Just here at the end, how do you finish the game? If you don't have, if Lemoyne doesn't have empty possessions, they're ahead right now. If Cypher Owens is somehow able to make those 2 shots instead of miss them.
Barber Bay is 0 of 2 from the line today. Those came an eternity ago. First shot is up and good. So that should do it. 4-point game with 1.1 to play.
And how many times, Chris, at the end of a game do you think of that? If you just scored on a couple of those possessions, didn't have to be threes.
Well, Lemoyne never had a lead in either of the overtime periods.
The empty possessions is what really hurts you, and they had too many of them here in the second overtime.
8 for Barber Bay, and that's it. The Dolphins dropped to 49 and 71 all-time in overtime games. They still haven't been a Division I team here at home this year. They're 0-2 in league play.